World champion Miami Hurricanes and Miami Hurricanes basketball.
Powered by Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys.
Call 1-800-747-FREE.
That's 1-800-747-3733.
This update is brought to you by Doral Kia. You always pay less than your pricito at Doral Kia. Visit us at Doral Kia, DoralKia.com. Starting with Canes Hoops, who won another thriller, beating Virginia Tech 67-66. Trey Donaldson had a career-high 32 points. Next up, Miami will hit the road to play 14th-ranked Virginia on Saturday afternoon. Over to Canes baseball, came back from a 5-0 deficit to beat UCF 8-7 in 13 innings. Next up, Miami will host Indiana State tonight. The first pitch is at 6 from Mark Light. And in hockey, the USA will play Sweden today in the quarterfinals. The puck drops at 3:10. The Joe Rose Show begins now.
With a screen. Donaldson to the left elbow, comes up firing. Got it! A career high for Donaldson. He's got 28. 28 for Donaldson. Donaldson guarded by Bedford. They go left. Screen from Renew. Donaldson for 3 and the tie. He got it! He tied the game! He tied the game at 66. He is shooting the ball with Morse code accuracy. 31 for Donaldson. We're tied at 66. 20 seconds to play. 10 seconds on the shot clock. Donaldson and Bedford. Bedford swipes at it. 8 seconds to go. Donaldson comes right side, and Lowell fouled him with 12 seconds to play. And that's the 7th foul on Virginia Tech.
He's out too, Joe.
And Lowell is fouled out. Trey Donaldson to the free throw line with nerve-wracking free throws, or a nerve-wracking free throw. His eyes travel up to the rim, narrowed and focused. He spins the ball, takes a deep breath, puts it up there. He got it. He puts Miami in front by 1. Dallas to inbound. Henderson will guard him. Uday has Hansberry. Donaldson on shoot. Allen has Hammond. Inbounds goes to Hammond against Donaldson. Right side. He drives in, puts it up. No good! It's no good! And Miami wins in the most dramatic of fashions. The horn sounds, and it's over at the Watsco Center. Hammond drove in from the right side. He lost his footing, and he missed the layup. It ricocheted off the left side of the rim, and Miami wins by 1, 67-66. And they have their 10th conference win of the year and their 21st win of the season. Oh, my goodness. What an action-packed thrill ride this was. A come-from-behind, edge-of-your-seat thriller that Miami wins at home.
Well, how about that? Canes get another tight win last night. Had to come from behind, down a few points throughout that late second half, but find a way. Once again, Trey Donaldson has a career night. 32 points, scored the final 15 points himself. 13 of 24 from the field, 4 straight for the Canes, 6 of 7. They don't shoot threes well. They don't always shoot free throws well. They don't get a lot out of their bench, but they win. It's a hell of a story, man. 21-5, 10-3 in the ACC, and in really good shape. And at Virginia, big test coming up Saturday. Virginia, of course, one of the top-ranked teams in the country, having another good season. All right, we say with all that, good morning. What do you just tell me? I didn't see it last night. You're saying the Canes baseball team, which, by the way, has started up. JD's guys last night have a come-from-behind win over Central Florida. So good stuff going on down in Coral Gables for University of Miami basketball and their baseball team. So a lot of good things. I'll tell you what, the old press, so we got to get the baseball in this order. He said we got to get the football, we get the basketball, we got to get this baseball thing taken care of. Those, and then everything else that we're doing is important, but we got to get those 3 things at the top of the list. And then we'll work around it. Love all our sports, men and women's sports. Got to get football thing. Check. Get this basketball thing. Great hire, the head coach. And JD's team's off to a nice start here in baseball. Of course, it'll pick up, but a lot of games coming up here for them. So good start. We got all kinds of stuff to get to here today. My gosh, we're all over. I love the reaction. I'm just curious, the reaction of being out a little bit here in recent days, and the reaction of this football thing, John Eric Sullivan, and I've been getting a lot of, what do you think of the Green Bay guys? They call them, everybody calls them the Green Bay guys. I said, I think the Green Bay guys know a hell of a lot more than the Dolphin guys have through the years. I think their fundamental structure has been a lot better than ours, and we got two good pieces, and everything else they're bringing with them to make it look like the way they did things in Green Bay versus the way we've been doing things here that just flat out haven't worked. So it's tough, man. I get it. Somebody calls me yesterday. Do we have to get rid of Bradley Chubb? Why'd we get rid of Bradley? Everybody likes Bradley Chubb. Bradley Chubb, likable guy, really good season, one of your best defensive players last year. The number was just too much. The number to keep him was just too much. Nobody likes Bradley Chubb. I know, and I listened to everybody yesterday. I listened to Bo. We all like Bradley Chubb. Bradley Chubb is a stand-up, one of our guys that we really, really like. Respectful, just a good dude, does it the right way. But this thing is a mess. It's man, for everybody gets upset. You can't get upset at anything they're doing right now. It's kind of like you've been asked to go in and redo somebody's home. They bought a fixer-upper, so they come in and you're mad at everything they're tearing down and they're trying to fix up. Oh, what the hell are you doing? Hey, man, you see this thing you bought? It's a mess. It's got to get cleaned up. It's a real mess. You want to talk about the people that were here before? I'll be more than glad to do that, or do you want to move on? So, and I understand it. I understand the frustration. I get it, the frustration. How long is this going to take? Look, you're very lucky. I thought this guy might make it another year. This GM might make it another year because he's such a good guy. His good guy skills are off the chart. How to play corporate American sports. He's the president of the club. He was the president. He stayed around way, way too long. But it needed to be changed. We needed change. Michael Jackson was right. Look in the mirror. We need to make that change, man. And we have. And there's going to be things you don't like. There's going to be more coming. And they might get one of your favorite players. It might happen. It's not personal. It's not personal. They might have to touch some guys that are good players. It would be nice pieces to keep, like Bradley Chubb, that they just can't keep. They can't keep because we screwed up finances so badly, better known as the cap. So bad. I mean, it like never, ever seen before in the history of this franchise. So, yeah, John Eric Sullivan, man. If you're complaining, I'm not listening. I mean, I'll listen, but I'm going to go, hey, I'm a John Eric Sullivan guy, man. I'm his biggest fan. As a matter of fact, I love his old man, too. So, yeah. And I'm all for the coach and everything he's got to do, too. And he's going to do some things that you're not going to like. Of course he is. And you're going to feel you know a little better than he does on things he's got to make. And some things he's got to make, he may not even want to make, but he's going to have to make because the way we've effed this thing up. So, yeah, we can call it whatever you want, you know, rebuild, retool, but it's got a re to it for sure. And so, yeah, I was just, you know, a little surprised by everybody's reaction. And I get the frustration. Like, so now it's been 25 years. You're telling me it may take 27 or 28, maybe. Hey, man, I'm getting older too, brothers, sisters. I'm getting older too. It's not just you. But what are you going to do? You're going to keep running that thing the way it is, man. I felt like I was the first one to notice why everybody's giving me a bunch of crap in the organization. And I'm like, what are we doing, man? What are we doing? Like, then they make these moves. Then all the people are ripping me kind of let up. Like, we needed change. We needed clean change, too. This couldn't be patch. Hell, if it was me, truth be known, there'd be some more people gone over there. But I'll take what we've done and go, let's go from there. Yeah, let's go from there. So then on top of that, why we're on a roll here early this morning, we got a lot of stuff to get to. It's incredible with this quarterback thing going on. I'm always listen, you ain't got a quarterback. It's hard to be serious about playoffs, as everybody's kind of figured out. You got to build the whole team, but the QB position is obviously very, very important. I love the way everybody in all these different cities, they're doing a lot of shows on this right now, fans and media in other NFL cities, and how their perception of Tua Tagovailoa. Now, I've seen him up close, right? I've seen the good, the very best of Tua. I've seen the ugly side of Tua on the field and off the field for me personally. Like be a leader, during the season, off season. There's some things I just would want my quarterback in a perfect world as a franchise quarterback making big dollars to act like. But anyway, besides all that stuff, I'm really surprised that some of these guys coming out. Minnesota would be a great location for Tua, with his accuracy and his anticipation throws, which in 22, 23, he did a lot of that. He did. He's made some nice touch throws and can't take away from that little run that he had, even though we didn't get anywhere and he didn't play well in cold weather games. And maybe the cold weather teams in some case were just better than we were anyway, some of those locations that we went to. But the Vikings, Brian Flores, okay. I can imagine how that one would go. And by the way, he's got one of his cheerleaders. Is Frank Smith? Did I see Frank Smith with the Minnesota Vikings? I think he is. But and good old Frank might be. I'm guessing I don't know how he feels. He was part of that. He was there when they had to make the decision to bench him. I can't imagine all of a sudden he thinks he's the difference maker. But then they're talking about the Jets. Maybe this is what the Jets need, is a veteran quarterback. Of all the veteran quarterbacks you can get in free agency and trade for, Tua might be our best choice. Man, I'm shaking my head. This is not a day to rip Tua. I've done plenty of that. There's nothing else to be said, but I'm like, okay, Tua, does that mean he's going to shut it down if he's going to New York and playing that stadium? What, starting in November? When it gets cold and the wind blows through that thing? I'm curious to see what the NFL does think of Tua and all these other guys, as these teams and the 5 or 6 or 7 teams that we talk about that clearly don't know what they're doing at quarterback yet. They're not sure who their starter's going to be. And they know there's a shortage and there's not going to be enough guys to go around to completely fix this. Some teams are going to have to Band-Aid it for another year. Some guys coming back from injury and hopefully they're ready to go and going in the best situation. They got Tua going to the Colts. They think that might be, that might be. They got a great running game. Maybe they hammered Tua. I mean, he was terrible in that game, but maybe they like him. I don't know. I'm curious, man. And I get it. I said fans and media in other NFL cities' perception of Tua is a little different than mine down here. And I just go back to one basic thing. Forget what I think. For those of you who think this might be personal or I just had enough. I've seen enough. 6 years enough. For you that went through this with Tannehill, said that's enough. I've seen enough. Mike McDaniel, his biggest fan ever. He might be a bigger fan of Tua's than his own father and Nick Saban. He got him a new contract. He jumped up and down and did the cheerleading pee-pee dance to get him, make sure he got that money. And then, by the way, didn't hide from the fact that he went all in. Yeah, I really wanted, I probably went too far. Yeah. So he got it. He gave up on him with 3 games left. Monday Night Football, that's it. I've seen enough. Yeah, so, and again, sometimes you're thinking, and I do it too. I'm guilty of seeing other guys go, he wasn't in a great situation. Maybe if he was in a better place with better talent around him, maybe this guy, at least this guy can run so he can get us some more throw. Hey, man, this situation with the Dolphins right now is we gotta strip it down. And that's what we're doing. We're in the middle of it. Omar's got an article on it. I mean, everybody can write about tearing down the roster all you want. And this goes back to, again, there are some guys they probably like to keep, but they can't because of salary cap hit, the amount of money that will count against the salary cap, which is going to be a little over $300 million. And we may have some guys that want to be traded. That could be coming up too. There could be some guys that go, you know what? I didn't sign up for this. I got a couple good years left. If you wouldn't mind, could you trade me? That could happen. Minka Fitzpatrick. I don't know where he stands. I like Minka. Professional. Really like him. Really good player. All business. I don't know if he wants to be here. I don't know if anybody's talked to him. I'm sure he and his agents and he's been here before to see some of this, so I don't know how he feels. But this one is this serious what the work. It just started yesterday. It's not done. John Eric Sullivan's work with Hill and Chubb and Daniels, Westbrook, all those guys. That's going to be more. We got a lot of cleaning up to do, man. They got to make some tough decisions. They still got to make some tough decisions on some guys been hurt a lot that when they play, they're pretty good. And look at what they're making. And is this the best we can do? And do we have enough to line up? And then there's a group of guys. We just need to get some young guys that just got to get better. We're hoping for the big jump, some big jumpers from years 1 to 2 and 2 to 3. We'll talk more about them. We got all kinds of stuff to get to here this morning as we continue on here with everybody. Everybody say, it's incredible. Yeah, I got a lot of, what do I think of it? They just call them the Green Bay guys, Woody. What do you think of the Green Bay guys and what they're doing? And then somebody called me yesterday and said, and Bradley Chubb? I go, yeah. Yeah, one of our best defensive players last year was Bradley Chubb. Played his ass off, 8.5 sacks. Going to get some good offers. His value now that he's a free agent because they let him go. He can go anywhere he wants, or when they officially let him go. He's going to be able to go a lot of different places. And probably usually when you got a lot of different places to go, you make a little more money, right? So he should be just fine. But why do we have to let him go? The number in the front was too much. Too much, man. When we gave out all those extensions, everything changed. Everything changed. We had a lot of guys happy. Didn't help us win any more games, though. A lot of guys were happy. All right. Hey, we got to go to break. I'm happy as hell today. I just want to let you know. I got a little sleep last night. I am happy as hell. I'm watching this Canes basketball team. What a nice little story they've got going down the stretch. Man, another win. Just pile up wins right now, man. Pile up. They got some tough games coming up. What I see, Louisville on there, Virginia on there. I think
Virginia coming up this weekend.
Virginia.
They have, you would think at this point, done enough to get into the tournament.
Let's get a couple more.
Yeah, you definitely want to get the insurance wins.
Yeah, no, we got 5 left, 5 or 6 left.
Something like that. Yeah, there's 2 more home games.
Yeah, I got 2
Crazy,
to get down there. Jeez.
Yeah, that's true. You're down to
I got
the final
2
couple
to
of chances
go, man.
there.
Let's say invite me to go to the ACC. I wouldn't go to the tournament.
No, you don't want to fly out to Charlotte or wherever it is.
No, I'm going to pass on that.
We can get you to the big tournament, though. They make a little run over there, man. Maybe we'll.
Yeah. Never been to that.
You've never been to the NCAA tournament?
Never have.
Really?
Except when it was here. All right.
It hasn't been in Miami in like forever, right?
Correct.
I can't even remember the last time I was down here. Tampa's had it a handful of times.
What? I think it might have been in the old arena. It wasn't even in the new arena.
Yeah, it's been a long time, right?
I might have been. Anyway, hey, we got to go to break. Recovery Unplugged's always here for you, man. All my brothers out there struggling off the road a little bit. It's happened. Been there a few times myself wondering how the hell I was going to get out. Even my buddies couldn't help me. They're like, hey, man, you're dead weight right now. What are we going to do here, man? You got to get out of this. Well, listen, Recovery Unplugged, Dr. Barry and his staff do a great job, man. And I'm here to tell you, the new year means a fresh start, new goals, and a chance to reset. If your mental health needs a comeback season, Recovery Unplugged Behavioral Health is here to help you with a beautiful mental health residential program right here in Fort Lauderdale. They have helped over 20,000 people nationwide with expert care, music-based healing, innovative treatments like ketamine therapy for depression, anxiety, and trauma. Hey, make this the year you put yourself first. Call 954-737-4508. If you're going through it, you're in a funk, you just can't get out of it on your own, visit recoveryunplugged.com. New year, new you. Recovery Unplugged, heal out loud.
Today's topics are sponsored by
All right, welcome back, and a good morning to everybody out there. A lot of stuff going on. We got a big show today here. Omar Kelly's going to join us. He talks about everything in the Miami Herald with the rebuilding, the tear down, whatever you want to call it, that started, that you saw. Some people were shocked. I don't know why, man. There had been warning signs up for a long time. It was going to happen. There's going to be some things happen. Don't blame the Green Bay guys, as some of you are calling them. The Green Bay guys are here. What do you think of them? I like them. I like what they're doing. Needed to be done. I know it's terrible. 25 years when I won a playoff game, and now you're telling me we got to do this again? Yep. We had a plan. By the way, wasn't a bad plan. Looking back on it, with all the draft picks in the free agent class, not a bad plan. We didn't draft well enough. Thinking, well, when I've analyzed it a lot. We didn't draft well enough, all those draft picks. We put the wrong guy in charge of all those draft picks. Bad decision. I had a nice little talk before that happened. I said, are you sure that's the guy? No. He's okay. Had a conversation. You sure? Yep. All right. So now, finally, everybody's seen the light here. We're moving on. And I get it, man. Somebody comes in and things been real bad for a long time, and you can't see the light at the end of the tunnel, and you can't see it right now. Hell, I can't see it myself. But at least we got some new guys in here that have seen the light at the end of the tunnel, where they've come from, and know what it's supposed to look like, and got some pretty good pieces to know what it looks like coming from Green Bay. So the Green Bay guys are okay with me. I'm good with the Green Bay guys. And it's going to be ugly. And I'm telling you, some of your favorite guys are going to get traded, going to get released. Why him? Oh my God, what are we doing? Just what you think we're doing. Just what it looks like. That's what we're doing. Again, if you're just joining me, a lot of guys had to go. And the one that I got the calls on yesterday was Bradley Chubb. And some guys call me pretty smart guys. I said, Bradley Chubb? Why did he not keep Bradley Chubb? Big number financially. He's can't do it. 8.5 sacks. I love his sacks. He's one of our best defensive players last year. I was just going through it. Outside of our inside linebackers, Bradley Chubb was really friggin' good. Doesn't match the number of this thing that's just destroyed. But I mean, we just took that salary cap and we just destroyed it with some of these numbers. So all these guys, Tyreek Hill was a no-brainer. That was an easy one, especially coming off the terrible, terrible injury. I hope he's, okay and whatever's going to happen. And some of you already got him in the Pro Bowl at the Kansas City Chiefs next year and all that stuff. We'll see. He got a tough road with the things he's going through. And the other two guys were no-brainers. Those were easy. You were moving on. But there's going to be some more named guys. There's going to be some more. I'm not going to be shocked if one or two guys go into the principal's office and ask to be traded. Not going to be surprised there. Like, nah, I don't want to go through this. I don't. Please get me somewhere else. And there's going to be some guys, because through the years, guys that wanted new contracts around here got them. All you had to do was pout, sit out a few drills during camp, have a press conference where you look like you were a little salty, and then throw your numbers out there and why you should be taken care of, and you need guaranteed money, and my agent's taking care of it, but I can tell by your body language you're not happy, and all those things. And it got little pout, little shout, and you got a new contract. And those guys aren't in that situation. They're not even in that situation to be doing anything crazy right now. They're trying to catch up. They're trying to clean the books right now. Clean it up, man. Clean it up. clean it up here and get this thing flipped around through the draft number 1. And by the way, we got to do better in the drafts than we've done. I hate to say this, even done recently has not been good enough. We've got to do better. And I'm holding out. I'm holding out that years 1 to 2, there's going to be some big jumpers. And years 2 to 3, we need some guys to be big jumpers. And I got two names this morning. 2 names of guys that have got to play a lot better to help us along. Because if they can't, now we got to go out and get guys to cover them up. And we're used to that around here, and we got to stop. We got to get away from that. Chop Robinson's got to be a lot better in year 3 than he was. Former first-round pick out of Penn State. Not good enough last year. And if Chop's honest with himself and not to do with playing time, he's got to be better. More pressures, more impact plays in the backfield. And the other guys are left guard, who's a rookie that really struggled most of the year. And that's Jonah Savaiinaea. He's got a big year coming up. Years 1 to 2. I think most of the time, I'll speak for myself, year 1 and then year 2 coming back with some confidence. I felt like I was a different player, and I think a lot of guys feel that way. Year 1 to year 2 is a big jump. Confidence, you get your feet wet in year 1. Now all of a sudden you come back and you just have more confidence. You can play and you made enough plays your rookie year to come back and your brain's kind of caught up with your body a little bit on how this thing's supposed to look. So we'll see, but we got to get a lot more out of that rookie class last year. That rookie class last year across the board, they all played a lot. That's the good news. Should be very beneficial for those guys coming into year 2. But the Chopster, man, who seems a little bit of a fireball about people are saying this about him. Hey, man, I always say this, brother. I say this to every guy, and I have for 35 years. And I saw it when I played, when guys didn't work out. And that's before we had social media and a lot of coverage in general. And this goes way back to old school. Congratulations, man. You're a first-round pick for the Miami Dolphins. You get the nicest signing bonus. But if you don't play well, you take a lot more heat than the other guys. You take more heat than second-round picks, third-round picks, seventh-round picks, 12th-round picks in the old days. You are treated like a franchise player when you're number 1. You're treated without even doing anything. Big deal, and millions of people watch it on network TV now. The first pick is, and with the 17th pick, and with the 11th pick, the New York Jets, the Green Bay Packers select. It's a big deal. Hey, that's our first-round pick, man. That's the guy. So our perception of fans is you're going to come in really fast, and hopefully you have a Don McNeil. You have those kind of guys that come in day 1. Dan Marino, bad example. Promise I wasn't going to do that. Guys that come in and you just go, holy crap. That guy's really good. That guy can play. But usually, as the year goes on and you're playing, you start to see it by the end of the year. A lot of guys in that first round play well. But there's just different. We have different rules for first-round picks. And Chop's going through it. He's in the middle of going through it because it's getting a little louder for him to play better. Great guy. I think he wants to be great. It's none of that stuff. He just got to play better. Went to Penn State. Known for great pass rushers. He's got to play better. Got to get some new moves. Got to, keep working. And I think he does. I don't think that's going to be a problem for him. I think all that stuff. But he hears the noise. Oh, he hears it. Very, and to the point of being a little feisty about it. That's good. Hey, man, that's good. You're going to show everybody, kiss my rear end, good for you. That's what you should do. That's good stuff. But, yeah, you look at this thing, and, again, this is their first draft, but it's got to be better. And then we went through a couple years. Remember, we traded all those guys for those, when we traded for guys, and they took a lot of our good draft picks. And if you got small draft classes, you don't get a lot out of them, and we didn't get a lot out of them. We did get the Achane man, who's been a great player, best player on the team, third round. but we've also whiffed on second and third picks that were our first picks in some of those drafts. We whiffed in a big way, So again, without getting in and going to what went on, you know that. Some of you are going, Joe, don't go. I don't need a history lesson from you in the morning because you've had too much coffee. I don't need it. But I just want to let you know, man, give the Green Bay guys a chance. I'm sorry. I don't have any patience. Oh, my God, ask my wife. You know, I'm a grumpy old man now. That's what they tell me. Every time I say something now, we all laugh. That's a new thing. You're a grumpy old man. But you know, if we get older, we lose our patience, man. My low T is but no longer low T, but the patience thing. But man, it's hard. We got that yesterday. We had that text, Woody, and a guy said, "Hey, man, so now you're asking me 25 years of patience not enough. Now you're telling me it's going to take longer?" Yep. And I'm sorry, man. You're right. Well, this is messed up. Yep. Well, they're gone. The guys that did it. By the way, man, if I was part of that, I'd move out of town from some of those guys. I'd leave. I'd go get a fresh start somewhere. There's some people that are fans of this team going to look at you walking down the road. It's tough, man. It's tough. You know what they're thinking. They're looking at you. All right. Hey, man, a little pause in there.
Hey, you're sending them out of town. A little harsh. Jeez.
Just
everyone likes it down here, man.
Yeah, I know. That's the
and
problem.
You're making them leave. Where are they going to go? Where do you want them to go?
Some of my favorite dudes I run into every so often.
Can they go to like Tampa, Orlando?
I saw Brandon Marshall. I was getting my blood drawn one day, and he's getting his done. I went, oh, my God, is this awkward?
You're not a huge fan of his.
Great psychos of all time. All right, hey, man, we've got a lot of stuff going on here this morning. We need to jump on. We'll get to some of it, and Omar will join us. Pete Prisco is going to join us this morning, and we'll talk about the big win, Canes basketball, man. I wanted to wait and see how it looked before you kind of jump on that bandwagon here, but 21-5, now 10-3 in the ACC. Another tight win last night, finding a way to win late. Trey Donaldson's show was fantastic. Right now, though, I want to talk to you about your South Florida Chevy dealers. You know, for 100 years, man. They've been pretty dependable, especially when it comes to trucks. You know what? And they understand, like you, everybody's looking when you talk about dependability. You need it, especially with a truck. Power, efficiency, dependability, capability. All those things are important to you. They've been important to South Florida Chevy dealers for a long time. Their Chevy truck is got one perfect for your lifestyle. Mid-size, full-size, heavy-duty trucks. Really built for the start of a long day to a long weekend of pleasure. Chevy trucks are as capable and dependable as the people who drive them every day. We have a truck that's perfect for you, that's got 100 years experience behind it. We've been making great trucks for more than 100 years now, and we're ready to help you out. Drive Chevrolet, built to handle all your needs, from the busy work week to your weekend adventures. Remember, start your drive with Chevrolet. 14 dealerships throughout South Florida. Visit your South Florida Chevy dealers today. out there. Sometimes, man, sometimes you got to talk about things, guys, men, that you just don't do, man. You just listen, man. I haven't been a saint. I haven't. I've been very honest to everybody for 35 years. Some of you have been through my divorce with me, too. Some of you have been through different parts of my life. I've been on a roller coaster, but man, there's just certain things. You see stories coming out. This Tony Clark, Major League Baseball union chief of the union, the head honcho, getting ready. They got a big one coming up with the owners. It's going to be a downright ugly dogfight. It's going to get ugly. But before we get to that, their head guy, Tony Clark, former player, had to step down, inappropriate relationship with his sister-in-law, who I guess was working, as I think, if I see this right, was also had a job working in the office, in the union office.
That is correct, unfortunately.
Tony Clark's brother's wife. That is breaking the man code. I get sometimes through the years, I've seen it. I won't get into anything of anybody falling in love, but I've had some teammates probably have relationships with, other guys' girlfriends and stuff, and I'm not going to get into any of it because a lot of those guys are my friends. But this one, man, your brother's wife. And so,
I guess, I think it's his wife's sister. Is that what I'm seeing? Like his wife's sister? Would that make sense?
I don't know. I thought it was.
Yeah, it could be either way, but I think it's his wife's sister, which is like.
Anyway, they got
so many women out there, man.
I just.
Why would you want to go for like an exact clone of your wife, essentially?
That used to be my line. Is like, look at, man, there's 45 of us in town. There's no other professional sports. We were it. There are 45 of us. Dave, Broward, and Palm Beach County were wide open.
You guys were all fighting over the same girls?
Not always, but it happened a few times where we had teammates fighting over the same girl. And I remember being outside of Roland's and September's 3-4 in the morning, about ready to break up a fight between my teammates.
Mm-hmm.
And I remember the line I used. She's beautiful, by the way. Beautiful girl. I still remember what she looked like. Very pretty. Very pretty. I'm not getting into anything because it might give away if I say what she looked like a little bit. But anyway, I remember looking at both guys. And we, and by the way, this during the season. Like, we got practice the next day. And here we are, the day after, same thing in the offseason. And I remember, of all people, because, of course, I'm the idiot that's out at 3 or 4 in the morning still. I'm going, hey, man. So you take one guy aside and everybody's breaking him up. Go, hey, man, can I ask you a question? Nothing against her. She's very pretty. There's a lot of her all over South Florida. Now, the population back then wasn't like today. And there's a lot more beautiful people today. But there are a lot of beautiful people here in the 80s. And I used to say to myself, hey, man, and to these guys, why? Bro, there's plenty. There's clubs. We got a list of clubs that we go to. Ladies' nights. Nights you know what kind of women are going to be at these clubs. We got the Grove was jumping. We found a place friggin' almost down to Florida City. We were down there and found a hot place. I don't know how the hell they found that. We went up to Palm Beach. We'd go up there like once every couple weeks up to PGA. I still remember the Marriott had this hot club inside. I drove a damn hour to get up there. And these guys are sitting there in Fort Lauderdale with all those clubs are open all night, fighting over the same woman out in front. And I was like, this is crazy. I just, same girls hang out in the same clubs. And one guy, this guy's seeing somebody else, so I'm going to jump in there. And he goes, hey, that's my girl, and I'm like, oh, man, it was just crazy. But this one, yeah, whatever that relationship, man, what are we doing here? What are we doing, man? What? I mean, it's one thing, a guy stepping down for some other things that might have happened to, was reading this Tony Clark story. But, man, that one, that's hard. And I get it, man. Like, hey, I didn't think I was going to fall in love with my neighbor, but I did. It's my next door neighbor. Jeez. Anyway, again, not saying I'm perfect, okay? Not on this thing, but crazy one. It's weird. All these guys going to.
It is weird.
I really liked them. I can't believe this happened.
You think you're going to get caught? Like,
right.
Jeez.
You didn't think sooner or later somebody's going to get caught and go, all right, I've been cheating on you with your brother. Oh, God.
Weird, man. Really weird.
Woody, just when we,
keep it in the family.
Yeah,
right?
yeah, that's right.
So weird.
Or lose both of them, or lose both of them. And here's what I always feel bad for. I always feel bad when a guy, and we've seen it through the years, a guy gets caught cheating, has a press conference, and a coach gets caught cheating and a press conference, and the wife has to sit through it because she's going to stand by her man. So she's up there giving him support while he explains what he did was not acceptable, and he's doing this apology. And I always wonder, why the hell does she have to be up there? I get if you're going to stay with him, some women, but why does she got to be up there next to him? All right, man. We got a lot more stuff to get to here in the morning. Woody, it was funny. You and I were just talking. You said, I can't believe you said that thing about the Green Bay guys. I go, yeah, it's everywhere. Like, what do you think about what the Green Bay guys are doing? I go, the Green Bay guys are doing what they need to do.
Well, I told you I had a couple people ask me too. I mean, they've been here for 2 weeks.
Yeah, they've been here since the national championship
That was
game.
the day he was hired.
The coach was hired.
The coach.
Yeah,
but
GM was here a little bit longer. But I know what you're saying.
It's just, what do you think of
What do you think they were
know.
just going to come in and add all these players? And by the way, I thought everybody done a good job of educating our fan base on, like, look, I know we can manipulate these numbers. Hell, we've been manipulating them, but at some point you got to pay the bank back. The bank wants their money or they're going to foreclose on you. You got to pay, and that's where we are. We're in cap hell. I wasn't exaggerating on cap hell. And guys with bad contracts, and we still got the biggest and fattest one sitting there.
But it's okay to not be sure when the guys have been here for a couple of weeks. I mean, we met with the guy. He seemed fine.
Woody
came on the show.
Woody, it didn't matter. But it didn't matter who got that job. Who got that GM and head coaching
they're
job?
Probably doing the same things.
They're going to have to make decisions, and some of your favorite guys, Bradley Chubb, one of them, 8.5 sacks. Why are we getting rid of a guy, our best pass rusher? Why are we getting rid of him? I got that yesterday. And I go, we can't afford him. I agree. He's a great guy, great team guy. Yep. Great leader. Yep. Really good with us. Yep. These guys did that. So anyway, hey, maybe we can get it, hey, one more year. Let's tell Mr. Ross we can win it. Let's get next year. Tell him we can do it. Just a couple of more pieces and we'll get it. Get it to 7-10. Anyway, we've got to go to break here as we get ready to roll on here. I'm on a roll today, man. I'll tell you what. I got a lot here. Yeah. Leave the Green Bay guys alone. Green Bay guys did not create any of this mess. They wouldn't even be here if it wasn't for this mess, honestly. You really step back. But, man, we got some new eyeballs. We got some new brains working. We got a new approach, one that comes from great out that was doing this draft thing before anybody else, man. The fundamentals and being good at it where you don't have to try to manipulate things the way we have tried to do. Hey, all right, I want to tell you about Atlantic Men's Clinic, ED, low T. It's serious stuff, man. Had it all. Had it all. Of course I had it all, man. At my age, are you kidding me? And by the way, I just want to say this. I have learned and did not know this, but I did when I went to Atlantic Men's Clinic for the first time 2 years ago. They said, "Hey, Joe, this thing you're going through, the low T and ED combination." I go, "Yeah." They go, "It happens to every guy. Matter of fact, you're lucky. It's hit you in your 60s. It hits a lot of guys in their 40s and 50s." I didn't know. They go, "Yeah, man. All guys are different, but low energy, no sex drive, completely gone. Trying to live on that little blue pill, just no way to go through it, man." Atlantic Men's Clinic's got some great programs that will work where you can have great results fast. I can't say enough. Atlantic Men's Clinic, I thank them all the time. When I see the guys, I thank them. I said, it truly works. Just me and you talking. I don't need to tell the world like I do every day. Atlantic Men's Clinic is fantastic. You set up that first appointment, you get your your PSA test done. You meet with their professional staff. They go through everything. They put together programs perfect for your numbers, your situation, and you get great results, man. By the way, ED and low T hit every guy out there. So if you're laughing right now, it's going to happen to your ass too. Yeah, sex drive gone completely, tired all the friggin' time. Oh, yeah, you can't run and hide from it. It's going to happen to every guy. Black, white, skinny, heavy, doesn't matter. Does not discriminate. It will happen. 7 locations in South Florida. Brand new location in Hollywood. Set up that first appointment. Are you tired of this? You want to deal with it finally? You can. Set up that first appointment. It will be gone quickly. 877-455-7300 or visit AtlanticMen'sClinic.com. It works.
This update is brought to you by Doral Kia. You always pay less than your pricito at Doral Kia. Visit us at Doral Kia, DoralKia.com. Starting with Canes Hoops, who won another thriller, beating Virginia Tech 67-66. Trey Donaldson had a career-high 32 points. Next up, Miami will hit the road to play 14th-ranked Virginia on Saturday afternoon. Over to Canes baseball, came back from a 5-0 deficit to beat UCF 8-7 in 13 innings. Next up, Miami will host Indiana State tonight. The first pitch is at 6 from Mark Light. And in hockey, the USA will play Sweden today in the quarterfinals. The puck drops at 3:10, Joe.
All right, Woody, thank you, man. We got a lot of news, a lot of good stuff going on. Canes get another win. Boy, they find a lot of different ways to win at the end of the game, don't they? My God, we had True Washington hit the 3 free throws here for the win against NC State as they scored, the last 8 points in the last minute of the game. Then last night, they're in another game where they're constantly down 3, 4, 5 points, had to come back in that game. And it was one guy. They've just had some crazy stuff. But, boy, what a night for Trey Donaldson. 32 points. He scored the last 15 points of the game.
Yeah, so Malik Renew missed a bunch of time in the second half.
Not feeling well.
Yeah, so he missed a bunch of time. And it was just strange that Virginia Tech didn't seem to make any adjustments. Like, Donaldson was torching them, and they just did not make any effort to get the ball out of his hands, which you would have thought they, at some point, would have figured out. They did not, but
you know what?
How about the irony? I asked the coach about this, too, after the game, like the irony of the fact, like, they've won their last 2 games at the free throw line, as poor a free throw shooting team as they are. That's
timely.
Yeah, that's really won the
timely
games.
shooting.
Back-to-back games, they won at the line.
The other story with this team that's kind of crazy, and Coach been coming on with it. He's been great, but they're not a great three-point shooting team. They were bad again last night shooting threes. They're not a good free throw shooting team, as Woody just said, although they make them at the end of the game when they count. They have in the recent games. And the bench. Last night, I think the bench had 3 points, Woody. 3 points.
Well, there's just not that much there right now. I mean,
basically go, hey, starters, whatever you can
have
give
to play
us.
Big man. I mean, Ernest Uday he had to do a lot last night, man. I know all of it doesn't show up on the stat sheet for that guy, but he is really, I mean, every single play, he's tipping balls around, keeping plays alive. Like, those are the things that are making the difference between wins and losses in these, in a lower scoring game like that, too.
You're right. They get a lot of loose balls. They seem to offensive rebounds. They always get a ton of offensive rebounds, which a lot of those are hustle plays, as people that play basketball know. And he's got him playing hard. He's doing that Heat thing. You remember Heat used to tell us, hey, we didn't shoot the ball well, but that doesn't mean we can't play great defense and win defensively. That's like right out of the Miami Heat encyclopedia right there, man, that they wrote.
Yeah, they just need to be careful not to fall in love with those threes, man, because they really do struggle from long range. They're a great, paint team and get the ball underneath and go to the basket and all that stuff.
Yeah, but Woody, you got
to hit
look.
3. I know.
Woody,
I know.
You got an open look. It's not like they don't practice them. Now listen, I do agree with this. Not everybody can shoot threes. Some people go, no, if you practice enough, anybody can be a good 3-point shooter. And I go,
not good, but you can get better. I mean,
you can get better.
I've seen a lot of big guys like Bam's gotten better. You see big guys like it's doable.
Hey,
but
man, do you want Bam shooting?
No, but so here's the problem, right?
Night?
So in college basketball, you're going to get to a point where it's going to be one bad shooting game and you're done. Your season's over.
Yeah.
Right. So that's where, like, again, if they continue to rely on a 3-point shot, I just don't think it's going to bode well for them. Like, they need to keep doing what they do well.
Yes.
Which is the high percentage.
No, they got some bangers inside.
They do. Like Shelton Henderson, like, he puts a shoulder down, he gets to the basket.
Yeah.
Dante gets to the basket. Like, they got guys that can get to the basket. That's not the problem. But when they start to fall in love with the 3, you have a bad shooting night in the tournament. Goodbye.
Hey, Wood, let's just take that to our next team. Let's take that one up. The nights they don't shoot well in threes. Mm-hmm. First thing you can look in the stat sheet now, it used to be turnovers, points in paint, and all the other things. To me now, I go right to 3-point shot. Somebody goes 20 for 50, and you hit 6 of 18.
Yeah.
You lose.
But the difference in the NBA is you get 7 games.
True.
in the playoffs, right? It's
And
not
you're
have
not
that one bad night,
yeah.
you're done. That's going to be the situation here when you get to the conference tournament and you get to the NCAA tournament. You're going to have one rough game, and
you
and
very
you're cooked.
seldom see a team not shoot the ball well for a whole series. Somebody's going to have one of those games.
It's on and off.
I'll tell you what, though, in the NBA, no matter how bad you are, you have a night where you have a career night and you make 20 of something. I always use 20 seems to be the number. You make 20 threes, 20 of 45 threes. You probably got a good chance of winning that game. Pretty good chance if you're making a high percentage of three-point shots and taking a lot of them. Anyway, you're right, though, Woody. I don't disagree. You got some guys that are really good inside, really good finishers. They got some big body guys who are durable that have really been the difference in this team, including a guy that sucked it up last night that wasn't feeling great and still gave him as much as he could.
What they've done in the first year with this coach, it's
nice story.
pretty remarkable.
We will be looking, though, for a three-point shooter can play little D next year.
Well, you're going to have a lot of roster turnover regardless, right?
Yes.
I mean, that's obvious.
By the way, that's a one-and-done sport. Holy smokes.
Yes.
one and moving, I should say.
Now,
not one and
they
done.
have a couple of pieces that they can build around, too. They got a couple of freshmen that are playing at a very high level there that they could build around, but you're going to have a lot of new pieces every year. But, yes, shooting is important.
All right, so we've got a lot of other stories that we've been all over. So you just get used to it. The National Football League never sleeps. That it's just continues. And now everybody's, especially in cities like ours, where you're trying to figure out what you're going to do at the quarterback position, along with everything else, to get an idea what your roster is going to look like and what you need to get rid of because of salary cap issues here. That's not the situation in most cities. I don't know if anybody has screwed it up as badly as what we just did. But we got two new guys, man. The Green Bay guys, as people are calling them. The Green Bay guys, they're doing just fine. They know what the hell they're doing. They just inherited a complete mess. They knew what they were getting into, by the way. It wasn't like they had meetings with the team. And Brandon Shore's sitting in there. He's in the middle of the whole thing. Like, hey, Brandon, tell him what the cap looks like going forward. That's kind of your expertise. Well, guys, we left you in a bad situation. We extended some contracts, probably shouldn't have, but we're looking ahead here. And so they go through so those guys knew. John Eric Sullivan knew, and he knows what needs to be done. But with that, I'll say it all morning. Omar's coming up. You are going to have a guy you really like on this team. There's a chance that they're either going to release him or trade him. And on the other side of it, we may have a couple guys go in there and say, hey, I'd be interested in getting traded if you can trade me. So, it's not done. That was just the beginning of the work that needs to be done on this team. And you know what the big one is? You know what the big elephant in the room is? I don't need to tell you. It's a Tua situation. And I got to tell you, man, everybody, these national shows, and I get it, Tua's a big name. He is a big name. Always has been since he came into the league. Try and figure out the location for Tua. And they throw out Minnesota as one of the top places. And all I can think of is, wow, Brian Flores, defensive coordinator, must be really excited to know that a guy that's just blasted him because he didn't like the way he was treated by him is coming to your team. I just don't see it happening. Just a weird one. Maybe. I mean, maybe they go in, hey, Brian, do you mind if, this guy we think's, good option for us, especially we can get him on the cheap and, if we need some help, he'll be our guy and we got him. But they're doing this in all the cities, trying to match up quarterbacks that you might be able to get. And to his name, he's got a lot of starts. He's had some good years. He had 2 good years in there. Probably keep this year off the resume, but I'm really curious to see, and I truly don't know, and I'm really, really curious to see how this thing ends for him. He might be here. Small chance he's going to be here. Could happen. And if not, where's he end up going? Where will he end up? Wants to keep playing. Hey, why not? We're picking up the tab. He can go on the cheap anywhere he wants, whether it's going to start or – but all those issues don't go away, folks. All those issues that happened here with the most friendly to a quarterback coach in the history of the NFL. Mike McDaniel literally put together a passing game that was perfect for Tua's strengths. Anticipation throws, where the ball had to be thrown, and it just seems like it got smaller, especially when Tyreek got hurt. It got smaller. And by the way, it started even when Tyreek was still healthy, but areas got smaller and smaller. Remember, we heard all that too deep's messed this up. No, too deep messed Tua up. Too deep doesn't mess up good quarterbacks. Too deep messes up Tua. They too deep this. What? Hell that come from? We got too deep. Too high. Yeah, I was too high last night. I don't know what the hell you're talking about, man. What? Too deep. I don't know. A lot of guys throwing and chewing up too deep. Anyway, hey, we've got more stuff to get to here this morning. But don't go away, folks. I got a lot of good stuff left. I don't want to tease you, but I'm just getting started today. Just getting started. Pete Prisco's going to join us. Omar Kelly will join us. And we're going to be talking to one of the players for the Miami Hurricanes. Got a nice win last night for them. Getting closer and closer, man. I don't know what that magic number is going to be to get a chance to go dancing. But hopefully.
Well, I think they hit it already. But, you don't want to fall apart. But
you don't want to do that.
I think they should be.
You don't want to just sit and go, we beat North Carolina.
No, I mean, you don't want to lose out. I mean, you can't lose out, but they do have some pretty weak teams left.
Get to 23, 24 wins.
Which they will.
25.
Yeah, they will. But.
I'm a pig. Get to 25.
Hey, look, the only thing you can do at this point, keep moving up the seeding, right? Get a more favorable couple of matchups there.
Yeah. Well, listen, we got to go to break here. We do have a lot of stuff going on here this morning and get into some of it. And I know there's a lot of talk about John Eric Sullivan and what he's got to do. But I just want to let you know, if you come up to me and it's going to turn into a joke and what do you think of the Green Bay guys, I'm just going to tell you, I'm going to laugh and I'm going to tell you, I love them. I love both those guys. Hell, I don't even know John Eric Sullivan, but I love him. I love what he's doing. Keep going. Whatever you need to do, man. I got one more patience pill left I'm going to use for this year. I'm going to use it. I don't have a choice. I'll tell you what, you have a choice when it comes to injuries, where you can go. There's a lot of places to go. But I'll tell you what, we do have one of the top sports medicine programs in the country right here in our backyard. Baptist Health South Florida, what they have put together, I'm talking team doctors. I'm talking specialists. Those guys working together throughout Dade and Broward County into Palm Beach, and you are covered. Where do the pros go? Inter Miami, the Heat, the Panthers, the Miami Dolphins, FAU, FIU, all trust the great doctors and team doctors for Baptist Health South Florida, man. They're great at what they do. Dr. Swartzen, thank you so much. You got my wife in quickly, and I really appreciate it, man. I do. Probably send you a text message, but I just wanted to thank you for getting us in there, explaining everything to her, and getting us rolling again. I do appreciate it. And I will tell you, man, when it comes to the great facilities, which is part of why they're a top 50 sports medicine program in the country, not just because they have specialists for knee and shoulder and foot and ankle and hand specialists, back specialists, hip and knee replacement. Some of the best doctors in the business. Achilles, they've seen it all, man. They have seen it all, and we got great facilities to go along with it, whether it's Doctors Hospital in Coral Gables down to Hard Rock Stadium next to the training facility. And I got to tell you, this place on 595 in Pine Island in Plantation. Great people, great doctors, easy to get to. Visit baptisthealth.net/ortho. One goal every day. It's about getting you healthy, back out playing the sports you love the most.
Got what you
It is time to head out to the Toyota of Hollywood Hotline. Shop over 2,000 Toyotas on sale. One location, Toyota of Hollywood on 441 between Hollywood and Sheridan. ToyotaofHollywood.com, Joe.
All right, let's go right to him. I need a little Omar fix here this morning. Omar Kelly from the Miami Herald, Dolphins columnist. All right, tear it down, man. We're not done. Saw the article. Very, very nicely done, by the way.
Thank you.
A lot of good stuff.
Thank you. Appreciate it, Joe. It was
A lot more coming.
This is the easy part. I mean, what they did Monday, they did it earlier than I expected, and I think James Daniel was a release that I didn't expect. But
3-play James Daniels done. Don't get Camper going on that. Oh God.
But here's the thing: you lost cap space getting rid of him. So you not only created another hole in your roster, but you lost cap space doing it, like $1.2 million. So
I don't think they thought he wanted to play football.
Okay, I still keep him and try to trade him. He was making $8 million. I think offensive linemen are going to be very difficult to find in training camp.
I get you. But they still got to want to play and not 401ks into another year. I don't know, man. Anyway, but go ahead. So there's more to be done, and your article talks about all these different things. I got a lot of this yesterday. First of all, you're probably getting, what do you think of the Green Bay guys? I go, they had a mess to clean up. That's what I think. I think they're fine. You got to give them some time to get this thing. There's been, and you broke it all down from small drafts to giving away picks to missing on picks. You hit it all in your article. But Bradley Chubb, I got that. I was a little surprised people going, Bradley Chubb's one of our best defensive players, 8.5 sacks. Why? And I go, his cap number, too much.
Yeah, it's always been too much. When they signed him to the extension, they traded for him and signed him to the extension. It was too much. It was a real desperate move. And that's what you've seen from this organization. You wonder why you're in this cap mess. You're in this cap mess because you've been doing desperate things, giving out irresponsible contracts, and then retouching other contracts, adding void years to buy time. It's like living off a credit card, and eventually you got to pay the bill. And that's exactly what you're doing. This is going to be a year where, you are not going to have money to spend on anything, especially you're at $3 million in cap space right now. Maybe Bradley Chubb, you make him a June 1st cut, which means you won't get the money till later. And basically you're doing that with the belief that maybe you're hoping and dreaming and wishing that you could trade Tua, which I think is a pipe dream. If they can manage to find a trade partner, I think it's, that will be the biggest surprise of the entire offseason. But then most people feel like you got to cut Tua. Okay, you're cutting Tua, then you're taking at the least $12 million cap loss. Where are you going to get that money from? You got to purge the roster even more to create that kind of cap space.
You think he's a distraction if they do bring him back? Just
because
of who he is and everything, and because he's no longer the leader of the team coming back.
I don't think he is, but I get it. People are done and people don't want him around. But to take a $12 million cap hit just because you want him and you don't want him around, I just don't think that that's a wise approach. But I get it if they don't, obviously, let's say Malik Willis. I don't think he's coming here if Tua's here. I don't think he's coming here if he's going to have to compete with Tua. And since you talk about, there will be competition everywhere, if Tua's here, then whoever's here is going to have to compete with him. So I just don't think that they want that. They don't want that drama. I've been with this franchise for now. This is going to be my 18th season. The one consistent thing, no matter who is running this franchise, that they want to do is they want to avoid quarterback competition. It just doesn't happen around here. And they can say what they want to say all the time, but quarterbacks have these fragile egos, and they don't want to compete.
What about Malik Willis coming in here? That's an interesting one. I didn't even think of that, but it makes no sense to have Tua here and Malik Willis all year. That would be very awkward, especially when Malik Willis beats him out. That would just be, in a new offense. And
What happens if Tua beats him out?
Everything better be perfect around him.
Oh, yeah.
I guess it could happen. Listen, man, all the problems from last year, they don't go away.
No, they're probably going to get worse.
Yes.
You're gonna sit here and you're gonna cut people. You cut James Daniel, you just create another hole. And I get it, he didn't play 3 snaps, but tell me who is the other guard starting other than Jonas Savaiinaea who actually should be replaced?
He's gonna be coming in the draft. You'll see him soon.
Okay, yeah. And what about the guy who's going to compete with Jonas Savaiinaea? He'll be coming in the draft too?
Yeah. Right.
And what about the safeties? He'll be coming in the draft too? And the cornerbacks, he'll be coming in the draft too?
I said this morning, man, our top 2 guys, man, for me that got to pick it up that we really need. Savaiinaea's got to play a zillion times better in year 2, and Chop Robinson in year 3. He now is, hey, man, you're our best pass rusher.
Not the best pass rusher, the only pass
rusher.
Yeah, don't say the best.
Well,
the only.
We just want him to look like a number 1 pick. Hey, I got to ask you before I forget. Minkah Fitzpatrick. People have asked me. I'm guessing his agent has called and says he wants to be traded. Is that your thoughts on this thing, or what? How's that going to end up?
I don't think it has been said. I don't think it has bink asked. I'm sure it will be discussed at the NFL Combine when he meets with Drew. Drew is his agent. Minkah looked like he was being punished all last year. Let's be honest about the situation. Minkah, while he said the right things, Minkah acted as if he was under punishment, being with the Dolphins again. He ran away from this situation the last time the Dolphins were in this situation. I highly doubt he wants to, at his advanced age, participate in another rebuild. Now, the question is, what can you trade him for? And will whoever you trade him to want to accept his $15 million a year contract? I don't think he gets released because he's an asset and he has value. The question is, are you willing to trade him? And if you're not willing to trade him, is he willing to be part of this rebuild? Yeah.
Hey, who else could we be looking at? Could be a cap casualty coming up here. Who else could we be looking at?
Austin Jackson's sitting out there. I don't necessarily agree with cutting him because you're just going to create another hole. Like, you already don't have any guards. You're going to you remove the right tackle. I think tackles have value, especially, remember when we get to training camp and we're about to start the regular season, everybody's searching for offensive tackles and searching for starters, and you could trade a Keon Smith for a draft pick. So why wouldn't you try to keep Austin Jackson and maybe try to trade him if you feel like he's not the right fit for you, or if you feel like he's not a good piece for you? Like, you're cutting him for what reason? To create another hole?
Yeah. I'm torn on that one. He's played 15 games in the last 34 games that he could have played the last 2 years, less than half, and that's the durability thing. But when he plays, especially when he gets back in there a little bit, he's been a pretty good player.
That unit needs leaders, and they talk about being strong on the offensive line, talk about having a forceful running game. Like, you can't do that by continually creating holes and voids in your offensive line. What are we going to do? Play Jonas Savaiinaea at right tackle? Like, really?
No.
Is that the answer?
No. I'm with you. Nobody's talked about this next one. Riley Patterson kicked all of last year and did a nice job. Jason Sanders was coming off a great season.
Yep.
What do we do there? He was 37 of 41, had actually, I want to say, his best or second best season. One's 30, the other's like 27 or what happens there between those two? Can't keep them both. And they're both going to kick in the NFL.
Right. Riley Patterson's a free agent, so you'd have to re-sign him. I don't know what you get him for. Cutting Jason Sanders will give you $3.9 million in cap space. To me, you either shake down Jason Sanders or you re-sign Riley Patterson. I don't really think it matters. I think you need to get cheaper a kicker. So Jason Sanders, it's cool that you've had a successful career, but you're making a little bit too much money there, brother. The same thing with Alec Ingold. That's a $3 million cap savings there. You shake him down, which is what NFL teams do. This is business for NFL teams. This is what they do. If he wants to be part of this organization, you take a haircut, but Alec Ingold has choices too. Maybe he wants to go play elsewhere.
Yeah, well, listen, he's been a good soldier through all this too. It's stayed really, really positive. So, what do you say when I got hit with this twice yesterday? What do you think of the job the Green Bay guys are doing? Because everybody was like, "I can't believe this is happening." All these guys. Oh my God, another guy. What do you say when people talk about the two Green Bay guys, Jeff Hafley and John Eric Sullivan?
Good hires, work in unison. Part of a rebuild. This is if you're going to rebuild a franchise, this is the blueprint that you want to use.
Correct.
Just because it's the blueprint New England's on, it's the blueprint Seattle is on. Green Bay's had a very healthy franchise. Now they've also had Hall of Fame quarterbacks and Pro Bowl quarterbacks replace one another. But it would be nice if you actually had, an organization that actually drafted quarterbacks and developed quarterbacks and had quarterbacks compete. That hasn't been the Dolphins for a very long time.
No, they were in love with two of their quarterbacks for too long. I have to admit that for too long, two of them that were both former first-round picks. You're right about that. So the Malik Willis thing, and I'll let you go. Malik Willis, we have a chance. Can we create enough money to keep him or get him here? Or what's your thought on that? If we got to get one guy and they go, man, Malik Willis is our guy, and then they go to our cap guys up there and go, cap guys, I know we got to tear this thing down, but is there any way, because he might not just be a Band-Aid, he might be a future starting quarterback. We saw signs of it in Green Bay. What do you think? Can we get Malik Willis?
Here's my thing on Malik Willis. I went through and watched all his film last week, and I see what people like, but the sample size is way too small, Joe.
Yeah, I agree. No.
Way
I
too
saw those
small.
same throws. I did the same thing a couple nights ago. Long throws, running.
Yeah, the running, the escapability. Yeah. Here's what my concerns are, Joe. One, how much do I pay him? I'm actually not paying him more than $15 million a year. That's just my price point. If somebody wants to pay him more than that, go right ahead. Two, he's the same size as Tua Tagovailoa. Do you know that? They are the same size players. And if you're a runner and a scrambler, I would love for you to be a little bit bigger. And I have no proof that he's durable. There is no proof that he's durable. You run in, you're taking all those hits. You're a tiny little guy. Even Kyler Murray does not survive in the NFL. The other third component that I want to bring up is I looked at the history of quarterbacks who have been backups, who got the call up to become starters in the history of the league and as free agents and what they got paid. There are only two guys who relatively had success, and those guys were traded for, not free agents. That's Matt Castle. That's Jimmy Garoppolo. Those guys were traded for, and then they got their deal. The guys who get overpaid in free agency, none of them, not a single one, have had success in this league. And and all of those deals were massive mistakes, from the Kevin Cobbs to the Nick Foles to Teddy Bridgewater. All of those deals were massive, to Justin Fields, who most people use as a benchmark for how much money Malik Willis is going to get. Everybody was a failure.
Yeah. Justin Fields actually had a lot more experience than.
Yes.
We're talking about his salary. You're right. Omar, thank you, man. I probably spent too much time with you on this thing, but I appreciate it. There's a lot going on, and thanks for finding time for us, bud. Take care.
Always, Joe.
All right. Omar Kelly, Miami Herald, Dolphins columnist, joining us this morning. Hey, before we go to break and get back to some of the topics here today going on here, we got a lot of stuff going on if you're just joining us. I do want to tell you about Chapman Partnership and the great work they've been doing for the homeless, man. It is not, I always start with this because you hear homeless and you think of somebody on the street corner and you roll in your eyes and here they go again. No. We're talking about rehabilitation and going through the whole process of helping the homeless get back on their feet. That's what Chapman's all about. That's why I want to take a minute and tell you about one of my favorite organizations, really close to my heart, Chapman Partnership. They do more than just provide housing and a warm meal. They're changing lives daily in our community by going beyond shelter and providing caring support and all these wraparound services and programs they have at Chapman. They really focus on building a pathway for success for their clients with all these great programs they put together. Employment, even the CP Works program. Join me at WQM to show support to one of my favorite charities, really making a difference in our community through workforce development, education, and just one of the many services and programs they do to make their mission possible. Hey, it's about 3 to 4 months. I tell everybody when they ask me about Chapman Partnership, 3 to 4 months of rehabilitation. A lot of doctors donate their time. A lot of mental health doctors are there to help. And then it's help you find a job and help you find a place to live, man. Become a productive citizen once again. That's our mission every day at Chapman Partnership. It's impactful what they're doing. Anything you can do to help support our families and individuals overcoming this homeless problem at Chapman is really appreciated here in 2026. Go online to chapmanpartnership.org. You can make a difference. Thank you.
Today's topic Here's Hollywood.
All right, Woody, what do you have for us today, my friend?
All right, Joe. I have some golf news for you. We don't do a ton of golf here, but Tiger Woods was speaking.
I heard it yesterday, and I got a little excited.
Here you go.
Go ahead.
Final thing with you in regards to your recovery. Is the Masters off the table for you?
No.
I wasn't even thinking about the Masters, even though he's good for business. He mentioned getting ready for the seniors.
We didn't have the rest of the answer, but he went on to say that all the other golfers are very unlikable and that he's going to come back and save golf and play in the Masters. I didn't have that part of it, but
He didn't say that.
he said something like that.
Tiger's
Tiger's
fine.
Tiger is fine. It's the other guys that
Sure would
nobody
like to
wants
see him
watch.
on that senior, man. I mean, playing the Masters every year you can. I get it. I don't think, by the way, you hear he's got another back surgery he has to have. Like,
Those back surgeries sound rough, man.
that man,
The disc thing, he's got the
by the way, a lot of this
disc
self-inflicted.
replacement, lumbar disc replacement surgery.
That doesn't sound good.
He also ruptured his Achilles, but he said he's fine there. So.
Like, yeah.
For a guy who plays golf, his body's falling apart. Physical sport.
By the way, put his body through a lot.
He did, yeah. Well, yeah, I suppose you're right. All right, Joe. This Jaden Rashada lawsuit has finally been settled here. He had a lawsuit against former Florida football coach Billy Napier and a Gators booster named Hugh Hathcock. And he is
Wait a sec. What's the guy's name? You said Halfcock?
Hugh Hathcock.
Is this like the monkey, Mycock?
Macaque? No, this is
macaque.
Hathcock. And honestly, the only reason I did that story.
So you can say that?
Yes.
Did the guy win or not? He's been suing everywhere he goes. He's suing somebody for money.
I mean, they settled, so I'm guessing he won. He probably got something. Sometimes Hugh Hathcock has to pay up. Wants his program to be great. The program's struggling.
He's such an idiot.
All right. Speaking of idiots, this story is absolutely ridiculous here. So a judge has dismissed a lawsuit over Buffalo Wild Wings boneless wings. Some guy actually filed a lawsuit. I guess this shouldn't be surprising down here. It wasn't even here, but it was in Illinois. Filed a lawsuit. He was upset about boneless wings, basically saying it was false advertising. They were overpriced because they're essentially chicken nuggets, and he claimed all this different damage that this had caused him. And the judge was basically like, "You're a moron. They've been doing this since it's 2003, I guess, was the invention of the boneless wing." And he basically said, if you don't know what a boneless wing is, you probably don't belong in society.
That's what the judge said.
I'm summarizing. He wasn't as blunt with his statement.
I'm glad he threw that out.
Who the hell doesn't know what a boneless wing is? Like, how can you function in this society without knowing what a boneless wing is?
You know what?
You just go in and order it just so you can sue. Like,
we went in there together. I think the last time I was in one of those places, it was you.
We went in Charlotte. We did go in Charlotte. Did you order the boneless wing? You're like, oh my gosh, I can't believe what this is.
No, I ate like 20 of them.
Yeah. They're good. All the different sauces and things. Yeah.
You can't complain about, if you're going to sue something, you don't sue chicken wings, man. Right. You just don't do that. And there's a lot of places to go. If you don't like that place, go to another place.
I wish these people could get thrown in jail, to be quite honest, but they're just not functioning members of society.
I'm not wishing jail on anybody.
Really?
No.
Suing the wing chain because you don't know what boneless wings are in the year 2026?
Yeah.
They brought them out to you and you were just so appalled.
No, you're right, Woody.
Claiming damages, and you're just like, I can't believe this.
You were right.
I mean, the guy probably could have been like, hey, I'd like to send these back. I was duped. Can you bring me the regular wings? And they would have probably said, sure.
That's true.
Anyway, one other food note for you here.
Yeah.
A North Palm Beach pizzeria was apparently serving an iguana pizza. Buck's Coal-Fired Pizza, North Lake Boulevard, will no longer sell they called it the Everglades.
What?
The Florida Department of Health
iguana
received
pizza?
some complaints. says they were concerned reptiles were being kept alive in the shop. The owners did say that they were not. Why would people think that, by the way? You don't keep the top, like, what do they think? They keep cows in the back, too?
Well, you don't have to
make,
go far to find an iguana. By the way, since that cold front, they got wiped out, man.
Yeah, but they come back.
No, but I don't even see them out there, the big guys. I know they freeze and then they wake up, when it gets a little warmer out.
Nothing would make me happier than for that thing to be wiped off the
I was
planet.
thinking about you, man, but I have not seen any iguanas.
We've taken some severe measures to keep them off of our area.
I went to Vista View where I spent a lot of time, and Vista View's got some big boys.
That was my biggest concern moving to Broward, to be quite honest with you.
That's your biggest concern?
It was my number one concern.
Maybe it ought to be that basketball league or something.
We worked that out. But no, this was my number one concern. But iguana pizza off the menu officially.
All right. Good to know, Woody. Hey, we got the 8 o'clock hour coming up. Our boy Pete Prisco, senior NFL columnist for CBS Sports, going to join us, and we'll talk to him as everybody's trying to find a starting quarterback, including the tight ends. Would love to have a good one playing for the Jets. We know a guy up there like to have a good quarterback. Hey, right now I want to talk about hurricane season. It's not here, man, but it's right around the corner. Protect your home with Loctite Impact Windows, Doors, and Roofing. I got to tell you, man, there's only one thing you can do. You can't control hurricanes when they're going to hit. We've been lucky the last couple of years. Our friends in the islands have been hit pretty hard. Sorry to hear that. But I know we're all saying, well, wasn't us. Well, you never know. And all you can really do, Chev always says this, the CEO of Loctite Impact Windows, Doors, and Roofing. Hey, man, you can protect your home. That's all you can do with the best products, so you don't have to worry. And Loctite Impact Windows, Doors, and Roofing, they want to let you know, replace your old roof now. You can pay later. Loctite Impact offers the highest quality roofing materials with lifetime warranty, plus thousands of 5-star reviews. Save big on their legendary state-of-the-art Impact Windows and Doors. Impact Windows as low as $6 per window per month installed. Don't wait for the next storm. Visit LoctiteImpact.com. Again, LoctiteImpact.com, or call 954-500-LOCK. They got a great staff. Answer all your questions. Get the process started. Very competitive. Cover all of South Florida for you. Loctite Impact Windows, Doors, and Roofing.
This update is brought to you by Doral Kia. You always pay less than the Pricito at Doral Kia. Visit us at Doral Kia, DoralKia.com. Starting with Canes Hoops, who won another thriller, beating Virginia Tech 67-66. Trey Donaldson had a career-high 32 points. Next up, Miami will hit the road to play 14th ranked Virginia on Saturday afternoon. Over to Canes baseball, came back from a 5-0 deficit to beat UCF 8-7 in 13 innings. Next up, Miami hosts Indiana State tonight. The first pitch is at 6 for Mark Light. And in hockey, the USA will play Sweden today in the quarterfinals. The puck drops at 3:10. We got Joe, one of those protected bets here from Hard Rock. So we're trying right now to figure out what we can do for this USA game. We're thinking maybe a Kachuk anytime goal. What do you think? Protected bet here today.
Protected bet.
Rock. That means you get a bonus bet when you lose, which we will. Jamie's been going Kachuk anytime goal every game. Apparently, it has not hit.
Oh no,
yet.
you can't go. He's got the Matthew Kachuk crush going. He's no good to us back there. Junior Panther, way too close.
Yeah, but he's due. He is due.
Kachuk is due to score.
Yeah, but Sweden might be feisty. We're hearing so.
Man, don't mess up that game between Canada and United States. Man, it's coming.
You say the TV network step in. NBC step in and
we don't need that.
Make sure
we don't need conspiracy theories. Start that right. Everybody's out to screw your bet in Vegas. Okay, don't start that.
What we need is better ice conditions, man. That situation with the figure skating.
By the way, that
terrible.
the guy was amazing, man. I give him credit. Said demons were in his head, man. Before his program, he admitted he just fell apart. He's never felt like that. Been dominating, and it just didn't work out. Hey, Pete Prisco, senior NFL columnist for CBS Sports, is going to join us coming up. We're going to talk to Pete a little bit about this quarterback problem that continues. By the way, it's going to continue. We're never going to get caught up. We will never have a year ever where we have 32 teams all meet at meetings when the NFL gets together for their meetings and go, hey, we all got a quarterback. Wow, look at this. We all got a franchise quarterback. We're always going to be 5, 6, 7 teams short with a couple of teams going with young guys, but still not sure.
Yeah, that'll be the same year. They also say that they're playing 12 games so everyone can stay healthy into the postseason.
I got news for you, my man. 18.
I know, 18.
I'm starting to smell 18 games getting closer and closer.
It's a competition between the NFL and college football to see who can play more games.
Ooh, boy. How about that? What is it? And Indiana played 16 games this year.
Yeah.
Indiana had the bye week. Isn't that amazing?
They did, yep. Well, it's funny.
13.
All the bye week teams seem like usually lose. I think Indiana was like the only one that's and on both of the years, right? I think that made it out of that thing.
Oh, you're right.
Because the bye week teams had struggled.
Well, I will. The other topic I didn't want to hit today with this Mendoza thing.
Mm-hmm.
I heard guys overnight and listen to talk radio overnight to the guys here, Westwood, that do the show.
Mm-hmm.
And they're now trying to find like ways that the Raiders shouldn't take Mendoza. And I'm thinking,
well, what was their reasoning?
Well, you can get a lot for him, and his top mark is going to be, and they started naming different quarterbacks he was going to have a chance to get to.
Mm-hmm.
Can he make all the throws? Yes. There's nothing negative about him. There's nothing negative. Tall, runs.
You don't have to sell me, dude.
You got one quarterback in this draft that I trust. One, him.
I can't imagine they're going to trade that pick. If they do trade,
they're going to
pick,
get some good offers. There's some teams
I'm
all
sure
in.
They will, but
I mean, Tom Brady did everything but kiss him. He was so close to him during warmups.
Yeah, that's the thing. Like Tom Brady is making that selection.
Yes.
And if Tom Brady likes the guy, they're going to take him, and that's probably be enough for me to. Like, I trust Tom Brady. Guy probably knows what a quarterback's supposed to look like.
He does.
And what he's supposed to act like.
And by the way, Vegas, great point. Nothing's going to affect that kid and his beliefs in life and what he's there for.
You going Omar on me here with it's
no,
just too
but
tough. It's like Miami. It's nothing gets done there.
Everybody, starting with Omar here, but also people in Vegas think first thing, like, how are you going to keep the guys at night out of the casinos and all the good restaurants are in the casinos. which is true. It's
Yeah, but
true.
isn't that like if you live in Vegas, you're not, I mean, you're probably hanging out on the
They
strip
say the
every
strip
night.
clubs, I've never, ever, and this is true. I'm not lying about this. I do BS sometimes on the show. I've never been to a strip club in Vegas, but I hear they have some great ones.
I'm sure most towns do. Yeah, Vegas has a lot of stuff, yes.
It's a green light on everything.
But I don't think like people that, guys that go there to play, like I don't think they're hanging out on the strip every night, Like I don't think our guys are hanging out at the South Beach clubs every night like Omar seems to think.
No, I agree.
People have cameras, they got phones. I'm guessing the stuff.
But I got to tell you, man, players going to strip clubs, I'm sorry, they're going to go. And that doesn't mean.
Did you ever go in your playing day? You're okay.
Once or twice.
You're okay.
Of course I did.
Okay, fair enough.
I
didn't even know if you had them in your day. I was just,
I got guys listening right now going, let's see if he lies. Let's see if that guy lies. We had some good ones.
I'm sure you did.
Pure Platinum was a go-to.
Mm-hmm. You don't have to name them if you don't want, but I don't want to get you dig your hole too deep here. Someone said on the text here, Arbiter's Hot Dogs named a hot dog after Mendoza. I saw that. I follow them on social media. Love that place, by the way. Great hot dogs. You ever been there?
No.
Place probably older than you are.
That's pretty old.
Yeah, it's like near the on Bird Road near the bowling alley.
Look, I just
good hot dogs.
I listen to these guys talking about Mendoza, and I go, "Here we go, man."
Well,
we take the best players because we're gonna hear Ruben Bain's got short arms. We're gonna hear that one's gonna come up, and we just look for negatives on guys.
I mean, they got you thinking about it.
Huh?
That they got you thinking about it at least. That to me is like
I just
change the station type
I was kind of wondering how Mendoza could drop close to 11 and we could Buffalo Bills it. Buffalo. I call it the Buffalo Bill special where they jumped over the Dolphins and Arizona and got Josh Allen. So I mean that we could pull a Buffalo Bill special and go up and get him.
Yeah, I'm guessing something pretty drastic would have to happen for him to fall.
He ain't falling
out of the top 10.
If they didn't take him.
So that'd be like a Larry Tunsil situation.
People are going to be running to Tom Brady going, Tom, so.
Why didn't you like this guy?
What was it? Character? Clutch throws late in games that we saw through Penn State and all the rest of the playoff games? His running ability?
I told
that's
you
an unbelievable
play.
play.
From the beginning, if Brady's willing to trade that pick, if he's willing to trade that pick for anything, it's a big red flag to me. If Brady doesn't like the guy, that's not a good endorsement.
I got to tell you, man, the whole thing with Tom Brady on the broadcast with the number one team on
this
Fox
bothers you.
And still being able to and the Raiders don't even hide it. Like, yeah, Tom Brady is I mean, you're working there, you're going, yeah, Tom Brady's gonna have a lot of input, which I understand, but it's weird that he's like, all right, guys, gotta go. Got to put on my new suit, heading out to the Seattle-San Francisco game. It's kind of weird. Kind of a weird one.
Texter said most places don't have the type of access we have available in Florida. Maybe that's Omar texting in. We're the only city that has nightlife, Joe. Especially on, what did Omar say, Tuesdays and Wednesdays? Was it Mondays and Tuesdays or Tuesdays and Wednesdays or something?
You know what? Guys are going to go. That doesn't mean they're going in to get hammered. Some guys like to go in there. They've been going for years.
Every major city has places to go.
They're going to go.
People survive in New York and Chicago, LA.
We've had some guys abuse it through the years.
Yeah.
They have. They've had a few guys, but they had other problems anyway. Those guys were mentally, there was some other stuff going on. It just added to the, come see me tonight in this club.
Tampa could be a problem.
No. Tampa compared to down here?
Well, Tampa's got the adult, clubs.
So
I know you're not welcome at those places, but
my wife doesn't like me going.
I know, yes,
honest.
You've been very open.
Apparently
about
yours
that.
doesn't care.
Well, I'm not banned like you, but I don't know if she loves it.
I could go. And probably through the years early on.
You try to like prove that you can go now?
No, I'm not saying that. I'm saying I could go, but if I got caught, because you come home with that stripper smell, you're dead. And my wife would pick up on that stripper smell that you go from Bambi. And
what if like the group of guys was like, you're on the road and you're just like, they wanted to go. Would you sit it out?
I tell those
or
guys,
would you
go
risk
have
it? Would you risk it?
I would tell all those guys to go have fun. I'm going back to my hotel.
Right. Really? All right.
I'd say, hey, guys, I've told you the rule I have at home. I cannot go. I'm going back. I'm going to my room. There's a movie I want to watch before I go to bed. You guys have fun tonight. I want to hear about it in the morning.
So she's okay with that, but not going. Would you tell the truth? Would you lie if you did?
What's wrong with you?
If you did go?
I'm about the truth.
Yeah, you are.
Why you putting me on the spot?
You want some more text?
No, I don't.
All right.
Let me ask you, Woody. How's Veronica feel about you going to those clubs?
I just told you.
Let me
I'm
hear.
not banned, but I mean, I'm guessing she wouldn't be thrilled. I haven't been to one in a while.
You're a
In a
real
long
tough
time.
guy. You probably went the last time you guys had that little draft, fantasy football draft. You guys had matching shirts and went in there.
Yeah.
We're the South Florida boys or something.
They usually charge us double cover when we show up, that group.
They were embarrassed at that party. I was relentless on those guys, man. I did not let up.
Should have
on
been
them.
nice.
All right. Hey, Woody, we got to go to break, man. Pete Prisco's going to join us. You think Pete Prisco's allowed to go to strip club? You think he goes to strip clubs?
Why don't you ask him? I'm guessing. I think most people are allowed. I just think it's frowned upon.
Well, I mean, she's not going to stop me if I wanted to go. I know how she feels about him.
Well, she's not going to physically stop you, but she might not be there when you get home.
It's not leaving.
Well, actually, you would have to be the one that leaves, I suppose. But
yeah, she's not going anywhere.
Change the locks while you're there.
That's a good point. Somebody's moving out. I'd find out for a second time that, I don't keep the house that I'd be going. I'd have to find the apartment to live in. All right, enough of this, Woody. Man, you're
Sorry.
killing
I don't
me
know how
this
we
morning.
got to that.
Because you started getting into my personal stuff. You always do that, man. You put me on the
Sorry.
spot. You know what I'm getting jacked up for? It's right around the corner. The Miami Open.
Oh, that's right. And F1. It's all coming.
I said the Miami Open, but we got a lot of events going there. We got a lot of good stuff going on. Tell you what else good stuff going on, man. I'm so glad I met her. I am so glad I met her, the president of Chill Zone Air Conditioning, and found out, boy, there is a new way, the right way to run an air conditioning company. And I'm talking about Melissa over there just does a fantastic job. She has now. Her father was in the business, had a place for 20 years. And she's just taking it. And, man, it's about great service. It really is. It starts with when you make that call and you want to know what it's cost and how long are people going to be on time and doing the right thing. And if it can be fixed, you fix it. You don't tell them it can't be fixed, but you want to put in a new air conditioning unit. No. I'm telling you, man, Chill Zone is doing a great job. And if you are not real happy where you've been recently with some of these other air conditioning companies, well, it's time to make that change because Chill Zone Air Conditioning, boy, reliable. They do great work. Family owned and operated. They cover Dade, Broward counties, really do a great job the whole way across, whether it's installing a new air conditioning unit, whether it's repairing, duct cleaning, or anything else. Call 786-378-2778. Tell them you heard it right here on 104.3 WQAM that Joe Rose was talking about the great work that Melissa and her team. And by the way, how about this one too? I got to talk about this. All the people on those trucks that will go out every day have been with her for a long, long time. And they're going to do great work. And if you have a problem, you go right to Melissa. That's it. There's no, you'll never be able to talk to the president or the owner. You won't have to. No, you'll get through. Go to chillzoneac.com. Learn more. Stay chill with Chill Zone Air Conditioning. They are unbelievable.
Text
It is time to head out to the Toyota of Hollywood Online Shop. Over 2,000 Toyotas on sale at one location. Toyota of Hollywood on 441 between Hollywood and Sheridan. ToyotaofHollywood.com.
All right, let's go right to him. Pete Prisco, senior NFL columnist for CBS Sports. Join us, Pete. Good morning there, brother. Man, you've had a busy couple of weeks. How you doing?
I'm good. You know, free agency is right around the corner. The combine's next week, and my top 100 free agents come out today. So
Good. Hey, Pete, I hate to do this. I got to pat you on the back. I truly don't always like doing this, but you were kind of right about the Super Bowl. You kind of hit that. Seattle kind of dominated that thing to a lot of teams going, hey, I think we got a chance in the AFC East next year or in the AFC East in general.
Yeah, well, look, if you can rush the quarterback the way they do, and they did blitz a little bit more early in that game, but you can rush with 4, you're going to win games. I mean, that's the bottom line. And they got after it. They played really good defense, didn't have to do a lot on offense, ran the ball a little bit on offense, and ended up dominating that game. And quite frankly, that game wasn't as close as it was at the end. They beat the daylights out of them.
Yes, they did. Boy, you don't have to sell anybody. They exposed their wide receivers, the offensive line. The left tackle had a game that he would like to forget about. There's no question about that. I saw that you said they got to go out and get a left tackle. Their head coach has come out and said he's going to be our left tackle going forward. But, boy, he got bullied around pretty good.
Yeah, and he was hurt. I mean, but still, you know this. If you're hurt, you're playing, you're accountable for what you put on the tape. And ultimately, okay, he fought through it, but was that the right thing to do? He didn't play very well. I thought he was a guard coming out. I still think he could be a really good guard, but look, you draft him that high, you think he's going to be your left tackle, you're going to give him another shot, you're going to go let him work on his techniques in the offseason and see where it goes from there. But look, he can be a dominant guard, and it's okay to have good guards. So I think ultimately he'll move inside.
Hey, Pete, so Malik Willis is a hot name down here with a Green Bay head coach and a former Green Bay front office guy. I'm just curious, do you think he ends up here? Are we in cap hell? We are in cap hell. I'll answer that for you. But you think he'll somewhere else? Could you see him coming here? And how do you feel about him overall in the free agent market?
Okay, let me start with what I feel about him. I think he's improved greatly from my evaluation when he came out of college. I didn't think he was very good. And he ran around a lot. He was a guy that did a lot with his legs, still does. But he's improved as a passer. Do I think he's the guy that I would target to go out and get as my starting quarterback for the long run? No. But quarterback desperation does a lot of things to teams. It really does. It makes you make evaluations where you kind of skew on maybe we can make it work. Maybe we can gimmick up some stuff. Maybe we can get him running around. And so I think he's going to be a market for him. I had a real tough time with placing him in my free agency top 100, in large part because I don't think he's what everybody else is trying to portray him as a quarterback. But I get the market will be there for him. So, look, do I love his game? No. Has he improved? Yes. Do I think he's a top, 15 starting quarterback in the NFL? Absolutely not.
Who's your top quarterback then for free agency that's healthy?
Daniel Jones, in large part because he's done it, but in large part because I do think he's going to go back to the Colts. Again, the injury concerns me, but he's the top quarterback. And that's the problem, Joe. There aren't any quarterbacks. I mean, Daniel Jones coming off an injury, Malik Willis, limited experience, Aaron Rodgers, 122 years old. Now, Aaron Rodgers is a better player right now than Malik Willis is, but what are you going to get out of him? So from a free agency ranking, you got more value from Malik Willis. Here's what I would do if I were the Dolphins. I wouldn't do that. I would sit back. I'd play my season with Quinn Ewers or whoever, get a veteran in here, a cheap veteran, and go into the draft next year and hope you find one. Because this is a reset. They clearly have sent that message.
Yes.
Chubb, you're out. Hill, you're out. Reset the whole thing. And don't go panic on a quarterback. Quarterback panicking is bad. It's not like if Malik Willis comes to the Dolphins, are they going to be any good? No. So what's he going to be? What is going to happen to him? And so I think they need to stay out of that market, let the play Quinn Ewers, maybe bring a veteran in, and then go from there and reset after next season. Because the draft the following year, and everybody always says, okay, well, next year's draft's going to be good for quarterbacks. It's not just going to be good for quarterbacks. It's loaded with a ton of guys. And so I think they could find a quarterback in the next draft.
So it looks like Mendoza. We're just talking about him before you came on about, some people are we're going to try to find holes in his game and stuff. To me, he looks like it's him, and then everybody else is way, way behind. I don't know. You might feel differently about it, but You look at the free agency, and here we are, man. Jets looking for a quarterback. Dolphins, Steelers, unless Rodgers comes back. Browns, the Colts are waiting, as you said. Daniel Jones probably going to be the guy. The Cardinals, and then we're 5 or 6 quarterbacks short every year in this league. It's amazing.
Yeah, it really is. And next year, like I said, next year you got a ton of them. I mean, you have a ton of guys. You know, Arch Manning will be in that class. You got Dante Moore will be in that class. You got a ton of them in next year's class. But for now, you're right, and that's where desperation becomes a problem. And teams reach for them, and they go, well, we can't wait. We're going to have to go, because all the fan bases want to win right now. But the Dolphins are in a different situation right now. You got a new GM, you got a new coach. You're going to retool the whole thing. Be patient. Don't panic. And I think that's got to be the message they have to take when it comes to the quarterback position. And I think they will. But you're right. I mean, look, you look at the teams looking for quarterbacks and you look at the quarterback market, it is not very good.
Yeah, and let me ask you about Mac Jones. Everybody making him back. Everybody goes to San Francisco, seems to rehab. Either it's a coach or a player, and it becomes the hottest thing. You think Mac Jones gets traded?
I don't think he will be traded unless somebody wows them. But does anybody want to go back and watch Mac Jones in Jacksonville the year before? I mean, he stunk. He was terrible. Everybody now Sam Darnold did it. Oh, he went to San Francisco. He cleaned up Zach. Now he won a Super Bowl. Let's go get Mac Jones because he's going to went to San Francisco, cleaned up Zach. Now he's going to go. Now, look, you are what you are usually. And did Sam Darnold win the Super Bowl for the Seattle Seahawks? No. And it goes back to Super Bowl wins. And I always go back, okay, Sam Darnold's a Super Bowl winner, but Dan Marino isn't. Come on, give me a break with that.
Yeah, that's an interesting one because, boy, they love Mac Jones out there because he won games. He put up some decent numbers in that system, that San Francisco's system that they had. But so outside of that, I'm curious, what other quarterbacks, like what do the Jets do as a second? We got a guy, this Mason Taylor, we care about a lot down here, very, very much tight end up there. Who's going to throw to him next year, most likely?
Good question. And talking to people around the Jets and stuff, they don't know yet. And I think they have a lot of assets. That's the problem. You know, they have a lot of picks in the next couple of drafts, so they can be patient too. The problem is the coach can't be patient. I think, you know, that he's got to win next year. He's probably out. So what do you do? How do you balance that against what you want to do in the draft? You know, Ty Simpson's an interesting guy, you know, if you're down the line a little bit, because, you know, he played hurt last year, made some plays early, then got hurt, didn't play very well down the stretch. I think he's probably quarterback number 2. But when you mentioned Mendoza before, I mean, look, Mendoza's clear head and shoulders above everybody else. And you're right. People are now coming out of the woodwork trying to pick him apart. He has 2 things that are just outstanding: accuracy and the ability to stand in and read the field and make the throws. That makes your quarterback. Is his arm great? No, it's good enough. Very good. You know, it's not a great arm, but it's good enough. But the accuracy is unbelievable. He stands in there and takes a beating, and he's clear number 1. Now, will some people pick him apart for the way he acts and the way, you know, but that's genuinely who he is.
Right.
I mean,
that's
I
okay.
have no problem. Yeah, be who you are. If that's who you are, then be you, and I'm okay with that. And we've seen many a guy act like him and who he is off the field, and then becomes a stone cold killer on the field. I think that's who he is. So draft him number 1. Don't pick him apart. Don't think about it, and go from there for the Raiders.
What do they do with Geno? They keep Geno in the money, or what situation they with Geno Smith, who's from down here? What happens to him?
Yeah, he's probably good. They probably can release him and let him go. But sometimes you want to have, you know, that veteran quarterback around for the younger guy. You know how that works sometimes.
Yeah.
And Geno's a good kid, so I think that wouldn't be a problem. So I think that might be something you do as well. You know, the whole narrative about let's let the quarterback wait. We don't want to throw him to the wolves. I don't believe that. I never believe that. If the guy's got it, he's it. He's it. You know, if he's got it, he will be it, no matter whatever happens around him. And I've never believed that. You saw that firsthand with your guy. I mean, you're it. You're it. You're going to do it.
Yeah, but Pete, I know, and I know you go at it with your CBS guys on that. I just think like nothing against Danny, but he'd be the first to tell you he came into a good situation. We went to friggin' Super Bowl the year before, so he had a bunch of good players with him. We just didn't have. We had David Woodley, and so all of a sudden he comes in, he had success. But boy, you go to a bad program, they don't have anybody. It's hard to look good around you. Would you agree with that? No matter how good you are,
it's hard to look. Yeah, but it's hard to look good. But I'm talking about the guys who they say get broken by it. If you get broken by it, you were never going to be it anyways. That's what I say. You know, people always go, well, look what happened to David Carr. David Carr went home at 5 o'clock from what people told me. You got to put the work in. If you put the work in, you're going to be a good quarterback. Plus, you got to be able to be tough and stand in there and take the beating. Look, I always say
you are old school, man. You are old school.
I really
tough.
am. I really am. And by the way, Joe, I always say, you know, somebody said, "Oh, he had a bad game. He was 9 of 28 for 100. How's he going to get out from underneath it?" I mean, you know this as an old guy like me. If the worst thing that ever happens in your damn life is you had a bad football game, you've had one hell of a life. So get the hell over it and go work the next week and make yourself a better player. That's what I always say. You know, we have guys on our Damian Harris played at in the league and played at Alabama. Talked about when he fumbled once and how he had two weeks to get over it. And Belichick came to him and told him, "Get your head out of your ass. You fumbled. No, go." And I told him, I said, think about that for a second. If the worst thing that happens in your life is you fumbled in an NFL game, when you're all said and done, you've had one hell of a life. So get over it, damn it.
So it's funny you said that, because we have had guys down here that we've drafted that didn't have success right away, that went into a real mental funk to the point of needing counseling, like getting help, because they've had all this success in college. Go to the pro. And I think we're seeing more of this, Pete. I don't think this is going away. I think psychologists are working on all these teams now, helping guys stay away. And like you said, hey, man, nobody's going to have a perfect game. You're going to drop the ball. You're going to make bad throws. You're going to get your ass. Somebody's going to run over the top of you. If you're an offensive lineman, everybody's going to make fun of you. Social media is going to attack you. You suck, bro, and you're going to see it. And finding guys tough enough to go through that, man, I just think it seems like it's at a different level right now if you're not mentally strong to let that crap go.
I'm with you, Joe. I mean, and you got to be, you know, about the process, but about you. Look, and everybody, you know, this is another one. Everybody always says it's a team game, it's a team game, it's a team game, and we get that. It's the greatest team game there is. But there's also a me game involved in that. And I always said this. I said, if I'm doing my job to the best of my ability, putting in the work, making sure I'm up on my tape, knowing my assignments, knowing everything, and I do my job, but the guys around me aren't doing theirs, that ain't on me. That's on them. And so I think there's a, you know, team. Yeah, it's team, but it's also a me part of it. You know, it's the most important thing is the name on the front of the jersey. No, the most important thing is the name on the back of the jersey. It always has been. And that's why, Joe, there's a big I in Price go.
Yeah, you know, it's funny you said that too. The me stats. We get on the receivers. They go, hey, man, give me 100 catches. Give me 1,400 yards, 1,500 yards. I'm going to get paid, and we're going to win games together. And by the way, Mike was big on telling guys. Mike McDaniel was one of the first guys I've ever heard telling guys when he was in San Fran, hey, come in here in the offseason. I want to talk to you. I'm going to get you that new fat contract you want. And I was like, wow, that's pretty honest, but it is true, right? Running backs going to get big numbers. By the way, what do you do with Devon Achane now? 24 years old, coming off one of the 4 or 5 best seasons at running back, and he's going to want to get an extension when there's no money. What do you do?
Yeah, that's going to be a problem, but you're going to have to work that out. That's one you got to work out. You got to keep him in the fold. I mean, he's a game breaker. There are only so many guys. There are only so many guys like that in the league. So you got to find a way to make that work. They'll be smart. I mean, look, they hired a really good GM from everything I know, and I don't know him, but
no, you said that. You said that day one. You did. Whoever you were talking to.
I said that even before they hired him. I said they would hire him and he would be good for them. So I think that makes sense. You know, they'll figure that one out. But again, you got to be careful with the running back contract. You always have to be. You know, David Cantor, you know, David lives down in South Florida.
Yeah.
You know, he represents Kenneth Walker. And, you know, after the Super Bowl, he's on the field and we're talking and, you know, he got the MVP and what kind of contract. And, I didn't want to rain on the parade, but he ain't better than James Cook and you're not going to get that contract. So what do you slot him in as? What do you give Kenneth Walker? I just think you got to be careful. Same with Travis Etienne in Jacksonville. They're not going to pay him. You got to be careful with the contracts you give to running backs.
It's like you want those guys. Don't get me wrong. I'm with you. I am really curious. You don't think they tag him, do you, up in Seattle? No shot, huh?
No, he's not going to get tagged. But by the way, he bounces everything too. By the way, not a great in between the tackles runner. I don't think so.
Makes some nice cuts though in that big game.
Yeah, he does.
Doesn't have great speed. Not the fastest guy in the league. Not
he's not better than Cook, so he shouldn't get more money than Cook. And I don't think he's better than. I mean, look, Etienne's not better than Cook. He should get more money than Cook. So Achane, you could make a strong case for it because the guy has home run speed. There's only so many guys in the league that have that.
Yeah. Hey, Pete, great being with you, man. I really appreciate it, bud. I know you got a lot of stuff going on. Hey, can I ask you one question? They've been getting on me. Woody's been getting on me. I told him my wife's not big on me going to strip clubs, so I don't go to them. I'm not saying I didn't used to go to them
anymore either.
Okay.
I don't go anymore. By the way, I've actually been. You've been too. But I'm like, I mean, did that, done that. You did it and done it too, right?
Way
back in the day.
I think I
Weren't you the mayor?
I think I fell in love with one for like a week or so. I was in love, and then I realized she told me I was the one, but then I found out the another guy that had more money was the one, so I figured out it wasn't going to work. So.
You know what you do now? You just say you go watch games at the. Doesn't the Cheetah have like the Cheetah and Howard?
I don't know.
A big sports bar. You go watch games.
You sound like Omar Kelly. Call Omar Kelly. He and Uncle Luke go down there together. Man, those guys.
Yeah, I haven't been in a while either. By the way, no, I haven't.
Pete, thank you.
You got it.
Take care. Pete Prisco, senior NFL columnist for CBS Sports. See, getting Pete to open up. He doesn't go to him anymore. I haven't been in a long, long time. And on the road, I have not been in a long, long time. But I'll tell you what, Michael Kotze at Choice Mortgage, I'm going to flip this over to the mortgage business. You need to get approved quickly, huh? First-time home buyer? Well, listen, he's got a great program for you. First-time home buyer programs with very little money down. Great rates for you to get in the ball game. Get all that work done. Get all that paperwork done. Let Michael Kotze get it done so next time you find a place you like, bam, it's yours. You don't have to wait. And I want to let you know a few other things, man, whether it's credit card debt consolidation, you're behind in property taxes, HOA dues, assessments, judgments, liens. Michael Kotze, you got equity in that house, can get it done for you. Reverse mortgages, to be honest, to bring it all together, if you've been living in the same home for a long time, you got a lot of equity in your home. You're 62 or older, and you could really use that money to get some of these things paid off. Michael Kotze at Choice Mortgage can get it done for you super fast, half the time of the big banks. That's what he does, man. Debt consolidation, go to Google reviews on the web, Choice Mortgage reviews. They're saying great things about Michael Kotze at Choice Mortgage. 30 years in the business. Michael Kotze truly has no life. This man is always working. And call or text him, 561-441-2730. It's 561-441-2730. If he's not at his kid's hockey game, he's working, and that means 7 days a week. MLS 166254. Rates and terms subject to change, either without notice. He's an equal housing lender.
Joe, before we get back to things here, we have
Don't say it. That could be Alabama right there.
You got it.
You took me back to the 80s, sitting there, do a little drinking at the concert out in Hollywood.
They are coming to the Pompano Beach Amphitheater February 28th. We're going to give you a chance right now to win a pair of tickets. Caller number 5-305-567-0560. And you are in, Joe. We will give you 2 tickets to see Country Band Alabama, Pompano Beach Amphitheater, February 28th.
It's amazing. After all these years, it seemed like all the older bands are making a comeback. Some of them, God bless them, some of them went through like serious hard drugs and they're still kicking. Some of them have lost some of the band members, but still going, still playing the hits, man. Going to the Hall & Oates one is kind of when it hurt a little bit. Hall & Oates had the big breakup over who was behind the songs and stuff. Do you see all of a sudden they just broke up? I thought they were like best friends.
Who was to blame for the breakup, Hall or Oates?
I don't know. You like their stuff? Some of their old stuff?
Yeah, sure. Didn't Simon and Garfunkel break up? Didn't they have a fight or something?
I don't know. Most of the bands break up, though.
Yeah.
And it's usually one thing, money, everything. I'm doing more than you. I wrote this song. I remember the Eagles and the problems they had, and it got bad, man.
You never know. It could be like that thing that happened with the baseball. The union guy.
Oh, man.
That'll cause problems.
By the way,
that'll cause some friction.
Hey, Woody, probably that's a great call. There's a good chance if some of the band, drugs and alcohol and the band guys.
Sister-in-law.
Yeah, sleeping with family members.
God, it's a weird story.
I thought, he's doing a side business or something or, making a little more money on the side. And sometimes you see that happens down here all the time. And, but you're going or a little kickback or something. But this one was like really weird. This Tony Clark story, the Major League Baseball union chief, as he resigned for inappropriate relationship with his sister-in-law. He was banging his. Now, there's 2 ways to do this. He's either banging his wife's sister or his brother's wife. Neither one good, man. Neither one. That would be kind of like hard down the road going, I know we have kids together, but let's be not like that would be that might ruin a few relationships, like sisters never talking again. Brothers never talking again. Then the family gets involved that the mom and dad are still alive. They got to deal with it. And, I'm sorry. Hey, is there any way you guys can get back together? He's banging my wife. Be kind of hard. Anyway, that was a crazy story, Woody. That was the players are going, hey, we got some serious stuff coming up here, man, between the union and the owners. Get this guy out of there, man. We got to get somebody that's a crazy, crazy story. Good God. Then, of course, it gets out.
Trying to get caught up with what you're saying here. The tickets are gone, by the way. Bert from
way to go, Bert. Have fun, Bert. Have fun.
He was psyched. He was very excited. So Bert is off to the show. We'll have tickets the rest of the week.
I was shocked to find out I got some old Alabama in my car right now. I did not know.
Boy, your music taste, you're just all over.
I'm all over the place. Sometimes, Woody, I can't, some of the new stuff just can't do. Some of it I like, but I've been going to all the old stuff. Yeah.
Fair enough.
I Spotify'd myself my own little playlist of oldies, but and I wear them out till I can't take it anymore. Kind of the way we go. Hey, by the way, we got a lot of stuff going on here. Another nice win for the Canes basketball team last night. Damn, I'll tell you what, those guys, Trey Donaldson has the game of his life last night, and thank God he did. 32 points scored, including the final 15 points of the game. And you talk about a night, 13 of 24. They hit 4 threes. He hits 3 of them. They've now won 4 straight, 6 of 7. It's amazing, this story and the job that this head coach has done in year 1. They don't shoot threes well. They don't shoot free throws well. They have very little bench, and they win. And they just find ways to win. They're not Duke. They're never going to be Duke, probably. But that group of guys he has, they do just enough. Tough, physical, a great offensive rebounding team, great inside, Woody, as we talked about early this morning. And they just find ways to win. The better story is NC State game. I thought True Washington was quitting the team. I was I saw he didn't start and went, oh, he's pissed. He's not starting. He quit. He's done. So then he's not around for a few games, and the coach is going, maybe, we don't. Well, we'll find out. Guy hits 3 free throws to win the game at the end. Again, they don't shoot free throws well. This kid makes all 3 of them at the end of the game. Those are the winning points. Down 2, he makes all 3, not to tie it, but to win it. Just a couple great stories going on with this team right now. Really, really good stuff for them. So congratulations. At Virginia on Saturday, who Virginia's got a hell of a team again. It seems like every year they've got a real nice basketball team. Hell, they had a nice football team till that last game, till losing to Duke. And isn't that crazy how that thing...
Were they in that phony ACC championship game? I didn't watch it, so...
Is that what you have? Is that what you're adding to it?
Did you?
I didn't watch that game. Well, it wasn't phony. I mean, by the rules and
Duke
regulation,
getting in was questionable.
all the games they lost, they didn't lose as many ACC games. We lost everybody
I like
else.
what Miami did. They just get into the playoff. Screw the ACC championship game.
I'd like
Stay fresh for the...
I'd like to see him win that thing, though.
Doesn't matter.
I'd like to see him win that. By the way, he's got a team. He's got himself a team, man. Everybody I talked to is talking about this quarterback and how good he's going to be. Can't wait to see him. When's the last time they had 2,000-yard rushers, pass receivers on the outside?
Offense is loaded, huh?
I'll tell you what, if I'm a coordinator, I'm going, I can't wait.
Yeah.
I cannot wait to get this thing back. Got all their running backs back.
Yep.
Got to fix the O-line. Not fix. Get some new guys in. It's not fix. It's new faces. Both your tackles and a guard and a center all going to be in the NFL.
Good problem to have, though, right?
Hey, 3 guys going in the first round is a good problem to have. If that's the case with Mesidor being the 3rd guy. I think it is. But again, looks like there's a lot of pass rushers, so we'll find out together. By the way, the other thing, we've hit hard this morning, and appreciate Pete Prisco being on with us, but the John Eric Sullivan, and I get it a lot. I've noticed it picks up according to where I am, and I've been in a lot of different places the last few days. My wife got a little injured playing tennis, so we've been taking care of some things. So I'm out, and people like to talk about the Dolphins. And it's funny because nobody really remembers John Eric Sullivan's name or Coach Hafley's name. So they just go the Green Bay guys. Well, what do you think of the Green Bay guys? And this has happened since they got released Chubb and Hill and James Daniels. And I said, they're good. They're going, what are they doing? They go, we got a money problem here. We got a salary cap problem. We really screwed it up. They're here to, John Eric Sullivan's got to clean it and then draft well. He's got a really good game plan, and he's going to have to make some difficult decisions. That's going to be hard, and some fans aren't going to like, because there's a chance that you could lose a couple guys that you want to keep. Hell, Bradley Chubb was one of your best defensive players last year. 8.5 sacks. Stayed healthy the whole season, had some great pressures, helped some other guys get sacks. I thought he really had a nice thing. He can make himself a lot of money in the open market, but with his salary cap hit, we couldn't keep him. Tyreek Hill, injured. I mean, James Daniels, Omar and I disagree on that one. 3-play James Daniels, that's it. That's it. They went to the doctors. They asked the doctors about it. They went to some of the coaches that were there, and they go, okay, got everything we need. John Eric Sullivan's doing his homework, and he knows what it's supposed to look like, but there's going to be some guys that have to go, and it has nothing to do with John Eric Sullivan. These are things that are on his plate that have to be cleaned up before we can go forward. We got to take a couple of steps backwards. And that's part of what we're doing. He's doing his job. The Green Bay guys, the Green Bay way is solid. It's good.
The Green Bay guys have been here for 3 weeks.
Yeah, I know.
So,
but everybody's getting it. Like,
yeah, I know. I've gotten it too. They what do you
forget
think
their
of them?
names and
I
they
don't
go,
know.
what do you think of the Green Bay guys?
I don't know. They've been there for 3 weeks.
So, they're
If that. Probably got to give it a little bit of time before you give any sort of opinion.
I'll bet you Halfley and Sullivan have gone out, though, for a cold beer, to talk, get away from everybody. And just two of them talk, or go in one of the offices and ask everybody else to get out and grab a cold beer, pop that beer, and go, wow, how'd they let it get like this? I knew when we got interviewed it was bad. We had no idea it was this bad. Give me another beer. Anyway, I'm having some fun out there. Don't get anybody over there at that training facility. Don't get upset. Don't get your pants up there too tight. We're okay, man. They're doing a good job. Got a lot of work. We got the big day coming up, the draft day, 3-day draft day. Pick 11, pick 43 in the second round, 3 third-round picks. We're in good shape. We got five picks in the top 90. That's good. That's good. We need all 5. We're going to have to spread them around because we got a lot of areas to get to. And we got to hit on them. I got to be honest, so far, the last 2 drafts, we didn't do enough. Didn't do enough. I haven't seen it. Now it can still happen, but it hasn't happened yet. And 2 guys we got to kind of call out here that we need to see more. I'm not saying you're done. We need to see a lot more, Chop Robinson. Year 3's got to be a big year. You, in case you haven't looked around, you're the number 1 pass rusher on this team. You need to look like it now. And at left guard, you got your feet wet. Who kept you in there for every snap. You didn't grade out great. We need you to be a starting guard. Not saying switch him or anything else. Jonas Vainai needs to be really good. Those are 2 guys from the last 2 drafts that really need to pick it up. Kenneth Grant, you're on deck now. We need more. More from you too, brother. All right. Hey, we got to go to break here. We've got a lot of stuff to get to. 9 o'clock hour is coming up. Stay with us. We'll be back in a moment. But before we do, I want to talk about 2 of my favorite guys in the world. Love being out with them. Passionate. I talk to Harvey almost every day. You're going, Harvey? Harvey? Yeah, they're really good at what they do, and they're good friends of mine. Harvey Cohen and Gary Judah, the partners at Judah. Cohen Judah, injury law firm, personal injury attorneys, implantation. The same partners who handle your case from start to finish, more than 30 years of experience, big enough to go to trial and get you multi-million-dollar results, small enough just to call you back. Let me just say this to you. I see commercials. You hear commercials every day. They sound great. These guys that have these big law firms talking about come in. And I think when I see it, I go, oh, man, I kind of like that guy to represent me in my case when I get injured in an automobile accident or slip and fall at work. That's the guy right there, man. And they go, no, he doesn't handle cases. Hell, he's out having lunch right now. You can't. He's not even around here. But you'll be working with this woman we just hired over here. She'll have it. Susie over there. Do a nice job for you. I want to go with the guys, man. You're promoting your law firm. I want those guys to represent me. That's what Harvey Cohen and Gary Judah are going to do for you. Read the reviews. Partners who you can always reach. Partners who handle your case from start to finish. Guys that give you updates on how your case is doing every day. Go to ConanJudah.com. Read the reviews. 866 fair fee. Remember this. They don't pay other lawyers to do the work you hire them to do.
Kia, you always pay less than the Pricito at the Doral Kia. Visit us at Doral Kia or DoralKia.com. Starting with Canes Hoops, who won another thriller, beating Virginia Tech 67-66. Trey Donaldson had a career-high 32 points. Next up, Miami hit the road to play 14th-ranked Virginia on Saturday afternoon. Over to Canes baseball, came back from a 5-0 deficit to beat UCF 8-7 in 13 innings. Next up, Miami hosts Indiana State tonight. The first pitch is at 6 from Mark Light. And in hockey, the USA will play Sweden today in the quarterfinals. The puck drops at 3:10. Joe, we'll send it back to you.
All right, Woody, thank you so much. As man, today's just flying with all kinds of stuff out there. And I want to thank Omar for coming on with us, and we'll have him on a little bit later on. Pete Prisco also joins us this morning. Talk a little bit about the news. You know, it's funny. I have gotten this a lot. And we're getting to that time now, the draft, and everybody's got their favorite guys. I've been getting this a lot, and I'm not against it at all, but I don't think he's going to be around at 11. You know where I'm going, Woody, when I say I don't think he's going to be around at 11?
In Miami?
Maui Noah
Uh-huh.
at right tackle and right guard.
Might be 2 Hurricanes that are gone by then.
Yeah. No, they're probably.
I didn't know, actually, to be honest, I didn't know which way you were going on that because you could probably
No.
go either way.
Hey, and honestly, I don't know where it all ranks, but pass rusher's right up there too.
Mm-hmm.
I don't even put Ruben in there because I think he's gone.
You would think.
He's really good against the run. He's really good against the pass. He's, hey, man, you saw it. Those guys, Mesidor and Ruben Bain, put on a clinic for 4 games, right? Am I right? 3 playoff, and then the championship game.
Mm-hmm.
4 games of dominating and getting hits on a quarterback. All the plays they made, and you know, and if you're an NFL scout, you're just watching those games. Like there's no reason for them to go do all these workouts. There's no reason. If you want to do an interview to find out more about them, call Jason Taylor, who will give you the straight shot. Jason Taylor is all business. He'll tell you all about them, and then you can do a background check on both those guys. You meet Ruben's mom and dad, and you realize, because you got to check character and how much guys want to play. I think when you do that with Mesidor, you do that with Maui Noah, and you do that with Ruben Bain, you don't have to worry about any of that other stuff. But I get it. You got to do background checks because you're getting ready to write them a big, fat signing bonus check. That's part of the game.
We've been down that road.
But I don't think you have to worry, man.
Those guys played so well in the playoff. I mean, it really was amazing.
And
the way
only
they
games that matter.
Games. Yeah.
And every week it's like, oh, this guy's one of the best offensive linemen in the SEC's alignment of the year.
Yeah.
This guy's the number 1 pass rusher in the
Well, if you were worried they could only do it against, ACC competition, yeah, they did it against
they did
everyone.
They did 2 SEC teams and 2 Big Ten teams.
Yeah.
And
the best of those conferences too.
So I tell you what, it was really interesting, and this is a compliment to Mendoza. The league pretty much said, of watching NFL Network, those guys said, hey, we're glad to see somebody really get after Mendoza the way the Hurricanes front line did, and he got knocked around pretty good in that game.
Mm-hmm.
And to see his toughness and see how physical a player he is, and he didn't back down, and he got hit. And I thought that was a compliment to the Canes and those guys. But at the same time, I don't think anybody's there saying Mendoza's soft. That you can say, well, he seemed like he's a little different.
They didn't say that on the show you were listening to, did they?
No.
Okay.
No. But
good.
But you don't have to worry. My point is,
he took one right in the chin.
He gets drilled every game.
Yeah.
They're coming after him.
He still
holds on to the ball at the last second before we give your guys a chance to, puts the ball in the right place. He throws that outside shoulder throw.
Yeah, but you know how this
that
goes,
underthrow as well as anybody.
They're going to try to find negatives on the guy for whatever reason, but nobody knows if his game will translate. That's the reality of it, right?
This is where
no one can tell you for sure that he's going to be good or bad at the next level.
Yeah, but here's where I disagree with Pete Prisco. And Pete's stubborn about this because I hear him go at it with his guys at CBS too. He says, if you're a good quarterback, you're going to be good anywhere. I go, that's not true. If you get on I wanted to say the S word, a crap team, and you don't have a good offensive line, you have no receivers, how the hell is your quarterback going to look good? We saw Drake May run around with no receivers and no offensive line before last year. They got a lot better, obviously, with all the money and draft picks and everything. But it's hard to look good. Oh, let's talk about Cam Ward playing with that bunch of bums. That was terrible. He was calling guys out. That was bad.
Yeah, it was terrible. There's only a few quarterbacks that they make that work, man. That's like a Mahomes and Josh Allen special, where you can just surround them with stiffs and hope for the best.
But at some point, you got.
You would think they would try to put some stuff around those guys too. Patrick Mahomes just took like a big restructuring cut or whatever he did. So they got a bunch of money to spend now.
Yeah, right.
And give it all to Tyreek.
Right now, they just. I'm not under that. Well, if you're a good quarterback, doesn't matter where you go, you're going to be good. That ain't true.
Well, that's why the Tua stuff was so weird too, because it's not like Tua was throwing his stiffs most of the time while he was here.
Yeah, but we got people hanging in there on the Tua topic as, well, if he's got enough around him, like the Colts offensive line and the Colts running game, and he's throwing to those guys indoors, Tua could be the perfect quarterback. No, I'm hearing this, and maybe it's true.
You can go play for like the 49ers or something. They seem to make
they owe their guy so much money. He ain't going that.
They've done it with bad quarterbacks though, man. Garoppolo and this guy Purdy, I don't think is very good. They make it work.
Mac Jones just had a hell of
Mac Jones,
4 or 5 games for him this
Everyone
year.
they plug in there seems to work. You notice that? San Francisco?
Yeah.
Really amazing. And I saw Garoppolo's name floating around. Someone put him on had him going to the Dolphins.
Let me ask you this. If you had to pick one coach, his name, he definitely in the top 5, right?
Shanahan, yes.
Yes.
Absolutely.
Yeah. What he did with that broken
seems competitive
down team,
every year. Yeah, I mean,
outside
no question.
Seattle beat him up.
Yeah, no question.
But
that's one of the top franchises you
the
got
49ers
going.
beating Philadelphia, and Philadelphia is one of the great wins of the year last year.
Mm-hmm.
Right? That should never happen. With that broken down group, calls that reverse pass. Perfect throw to McCaffrey, the only guy you got to worry about.
Very well coached. I think you put the Rams, you talk about well-coached teams, Rams have got to be in that conversation. The Rams might be in the top of that conversation, to be honest. Remember, the Rams were dead. They spent all their money to win the Super Bowl, and they go, they're going to be bad for a long time. Yeah,
they
that
flipped
did
that
not
around
take too
real
long.
quickly. No, you're absolutely
right. They played in probably the best game of the playoffs.
But saying all that,
Seattle.
I did not have a problem who was coach of the year. I did not have a problem. That guy coaching New England Patriots went from 4 wins to 17 wins. And they got their ass kicked in that last game. They did. Seattle, clearly the best team. Seattle was in a dogfight with the Rams in the NFC Championship game. So anyway, that was
Texas said Mendoza survived the dirty and clean hits. Yeah, he did get that helmet he took under the chin that was questionable.
Yeah,
we'll just leave it at questionable.
Let's just leave it. If it's your team, it's just questionable.
Yeah. No flag.
I got you. Hey, that run he had at the end of the game. First of all, to call that quarterback draw, that was a planned run up the middle. I think that was Basaint that had him from the side. He bounced off him. And he got that long body in the end zone. It's a great play. That's a poster next year. If you're wondering what the poster is going to look like for next year's schedule at Indiana, there it is. There's the shot going across the ball, across the line of scrimmage, across the goal line. There it is. Anyway, this will be fun. I hope. I know. I don't think it's going to happen. I'm with you. Maui Noah's not going to be around. But if we took Maui Noah, knowing he can play guard or tackle, and I think he can play anywhere. Doesn't have to play on the left side. He's been a right side guy, which is fine. Whether he has to work with Austin Jackson or be Austin Jackson, I think you're in great shape. You can't go wrong. Now, I agree with everybody else. He's most likely not going to be there because that guy also helped himself in all those games. Another guy we didn't talk about, that O-line and how well they played. Right side of that O-line, how they played. in those 4 playoff games, pretty damn good. A lot of good stuff. Anyway, all good for business. We got to go to break here.
Somebody texted in that it wasn't Joe Philbin from Green Bay.
No.
He was from Green Bay.
Yeah.
But wasn't he their OC? He was actually really good.
He called play. He didn't call the plays. He just.
But they had a really good
silent
offense.
OC.
So.
Yeah.
Well, he was a silent head coach too.
You know who the quarterback was?
Was it Aaron Rodgers?
I'm guessing it was. Yeah.
Yeah.
They had some really good teams.
They were okay. Is he coming back?
Who?
Aaron?
Yeah.
He's got to find a team.
I think Green Bay's. I think the Steelers are begging him to come back. I think he's better than anybody out there.
Man, that's crazy.
I don't know if he can stay healthy 17 games, but I think he throws it better than any of these guys. Just me. I'm not saying legs don't move like they used to. I think they want him back. I think they're telling him, we're going to get you more weapons. We want to apologize about the shortage of wide receivers.
Mm-hmm.
We'll fix the O-line a little bit more, but
they had one really good one, but got in a fight with a fan late in the season. That didn't help.
Yeah.
By the way, good point by the texter here. He said all those teams also have excellent GMs. They do.
Good
the teams
point.
we were just talking about.
No,
they definitely do.
Thank you.
They're well coached, yes, but they do have
good
personnel on those
teams.
teams.
Check one off for the machine right there. That's a great text.
Rams have hit on a lot, man.
That's a great text. You don't do anything without the GM. There's nobody that's just a head coach is going, my GM not very good, but somehow I'm finding a way to do it every year. They're the first ones to tell you got to have players. Got to have players. All right, we got to go to break. Hey, Woody, let's take a quick one here. We're going to have Omar Kelly coming up a little bit later on. Stay with us. We'll be back in a moment.
Today's top
All right, welcome back and good morning to everybody. What are you looking at me? It's giving you a signal, man, on the song.
Yeah.
All
Are you
right.
waiting for the words to start or something?
I was.
Jeez.
I realize.
You know you're on camera, right?
Yeah, I do now.
Yeah, okay,
I realize
good, good.
what a
You didn't
dumbass
realize
I
that
look
while you were
like.
doing
No,
that?
I was looking really
That's
stupid.
okay.
Again,
You're all right.
doesn't take me much to look really stupid. I don't have to. I am, so I don't have to play the part every day. Hey, anyway, John Eric Sullivan, our general manager, Chubb gone, Hill gone, Daniels gone, Akine gone, and more to come. More to come to get this thing under control. We're going to find out soon. There's going to be more stuff leaking out, maybe some trades in there. Omar Kelly is going to join us coming up. He got a great article basically talking about where the team is and some of the tough decisions going forward that they're going to have to do. I think everybody that's followed this team closely understands what we have done and why these things have to be done now. We made a lot of mistakes. They went for it. They were going for it with a lot of draft picks. One year we had all the free agent money, and we tried to fix it real quickly. And those trades that we threw in there, and we gave up some pretty good draft picks to get some of those guys, but we felt like we got one of the top cornerbacks, one of the top wide receivers, one of the top pass rushers. We went all in. And with that, we paid a lot of guys actually second contracts to come down here. And that's where we made a lot of our mistakes. And we didn't get enough out of all the draft capital that we had. We didn't get enough. And so these guys, I'm not doing a history lesson again. The history lesson's done, but John Eric Sullivan's job is to clean it all up. Not, he's not going to sit around and talk about what Chris Greer didn't do. He's got to clean it now and doesn't care about that. And it's moving on, and he's got to get this thing figured out, and he's going to do it. He's going to do it. And it's, and I got this a lot yesterday and the day before. So now you've been on this thing about patience, which I have. And go, well, what have we been doing for 25 years? Patient. We haven't won and I get it. That you got that right as a fan to throw it in their face and be frustrated. But at least for the first time in a long time, we didn't do mix and match with GMs and head coaches. We did it the right way. We got GM, then we got a head coach. And they happen to be in the same program. So a lot of the same values as far as draft and what the team's supposed to look like. They come from the same system, which is driven by the draft. The Green Bay Packers have always been a draft first team. Now, I know saying all that, they went out and got one of the biggest free trade guys you could get with the Cowboys. But he's got a good idea of what this thing needs to look like, and we got a ways to go. And he just can't fix it all in year one. I hate saying that. I hate saying it. Hate being honest, but he cannot fix everything in year one. So a lot of work to be done, man. A lot of work to be done on this thing as we're moving forward. I think a lot of Omar's article yesterday in the Miami Herald was about some of the same things if you read it, but you probably knew, you know, a lot of this. Podcasters are all right. It's the same stuff. And we all got guys we like and we got guys we don't like. Yes, I'm guilty. I'm very honest about one guy I don't like who's still on the team that I hope is not here next year. And that's our quarterback. Not a fan. And but if he's here, then I know that's the best they could do, and I don't think it's going to happen.
You realize how awkward it'll be for you if he's here?
That can be awkward for me. We don't talk now, so it's not anything. Like Chris Greer. I didn't talk to Chris Greer for years. It's all right.
Maybe you guys will talk now.
Certain guys, I just haven't talked to.
Living the civilian life.
I got
now.
a couple guys we barely say hello to each other, and it's kind of fraudulent hello anyway, so it's fine. It's okay.
Not making any friends over there, huh?
It's not about friends, man. It's about winning games.
It was about being friends.
I am.
That was big over there.
I'm that. I don't need every coach to. I'm not looking for 25 new friendships with coaches. I got a few guys I like. Some of them are quiet, saying to themselves, their jobs. It's like players. I just want to win games.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody, that's their goal. Somebody said, well, that's our goal too. And I go, I get it. Not saying coaches want to win. Hey, coaches want their guys to play well, and they want to win games. That makes them look good. It gets them more money. It gets them advancement, gets them from being coaches to coordinators and coordinators to potentially being a head coach. That's the ultimate goal, is to get there. And by the way, being a really good assistant are making a lot of money. There's a lot of 7-figure assistant coaches now. If they're really good at what they do, they're going to make a lot of money. You're a top offensive line coach. You're making a couple $1 million. Couple $1 million to be a top offensive line coach. So if you get that reputation that everywhere you go, you're good and you're spitting out and guys are getting a lot better in your system, you're going to make money. That's the way it's set up. We all want to win at the end of the day. It's not about some popularity con. We just want to win with the best players and see it come to being able to do it at all. Very little. I was asked yesterday, I didn't get into it. I know it's a national topic. I stayed away from it on purpose. Tyreek Hill, how do you look at his 4 years with the Dolphins? Was it 4 years? I think it was 4 years. Sound right? 4 years. Tyreek was here 4. And they were entertaining because he was really good. He was really good. And then, a lot of you are going, but we didn't win anything. So what? We had him. We didn't win anything. So what? We won 11 games. So what? And look, part of it is the show, and I'll stand by that. Part of it is the entertainment. Hey, man, we won a lot of shootouts, and we lost a lot of shootouts. And when it happened, people walked away going, damn, we lost that game, but damn, that was fun to watch. That Marino made some throws. You get those kind of like, oh, my God, what a game he had. And so it's part of it. But I also understand the frustration when January rolls around and not playing in the playoff games. And we got to get good enough, and we got our work cut out now with the Bills clearly ahead of us and the Patriots clearly ahead of us, that we've being a third fiddle in your division is not where we want to be. So there's a lot of work to do to get there, and you're frustrated. I'm not going to change your mind. You want to see what these guys do. I get it. You want to see improvement fast. I get it. Nobody's patient in sports, not the way they're structured, and what the Heat have done and what the Panthers have done hasn't helped things. They've been really good. Panthers have been unbelievable what they've done over 3 years. And the Heat have been solid. Hell, even down, they're a couple games over 500, getting ready to start second half of the season. So anyway, I get it, man. I'm not telling anybody how to feel as a Dolphin fan. I get it. I know how I feel. I've been called a grumpy old man more this year than I can remember.
Well, it's because of the people you're surrounding yourself with.
You mean
Kim Bokammer's not helping you.
No, Bo's.
He's a good man, but
I got to tell you,
he's been angry.
Bo called out James Daniels yesterday.
I know.
You do know?
Yeah, it got sent to me early this morning.
Holy smokes. I just looked at him, and James 3 plays Daniels.
Is he coming by tomorrow? Because I'd love to get him riled up.
Oh, it won't take much.
No, I know.
He may have
Bo is really easy to get going.
Yeah. Oh, you can, and you got the buttons. You push them better than anybody.
I might bring up the NBA All-Star Weekend.
Don't get him. Okay, I'm gonna stop. I know. All right, you don't like the NBA. Okay, I don't watch the NBA. I know. You said this last week and a week before and a week before.
Hey, Bo, how do you feel about G League guys doing the dunk contest?
Going. Oh my gosh, no. He'll go total old school on us.
Yeah.
So there's
my day, Dr. J did the dunk contest and liked it.
So Seth Levin and I laugh at this. I'll go, there's old school, and then there's really old school.
Yeah.
Both dropping into that really old school thing.
Well, I told Jamie about the show you guys put on at Dolphins training camp because we had Pete on earlier, and I just sit and listen to you guys. It's you, Bo, and Pete, And usually Kyle is up there, and he's pretty innocent and all that too. But the three of you, my God, man, especially with those soft practices they've been running.
Oh,
I mean, it was just a total rip fest up there.
Pete, Pete,
You guys really get after it there.
Pete, yeah. Pete gets going, and he gets Bo going, and oh man, yeah.
I think the practices will look different this training camp.
You think?
Right? Yeah, I'm guessing.
I got a feeling you're right.
You guys won't be able to sit up there and just tee off.
Yeah.
But
I think things will be a lot
really for the joint practice, and you guys were so angry. It really was funny.
The old school thing with me, I was writing down the old school stuff.
Was it I know the music bothers Bo.
So that's
And what was it? The orange jersey?
Yeah, the orange jersey gets to play the music.
Yeah, that I know was upsetting.
But the one that does get me?
Hmm.
So Nat Moore always says this too, who's also old school. And Nat goes, how do you talk to your coach when the music's really loud and you're trying to make adjustments and stuff with that stuff going? How do you do your teaching? Like little things. Hey, excuse me, I know you can't really hear you. Oh, come over here closer, Toby, so I can tell you.
Yeah, but that's important, though, to have crowd noise and background noise. I mean, remember, Tua had trouble playing at home. Got so loud. So you need that.
I set you up for that.
But you need that. I mean, seriously, you got to fight through the elements, man.
I don't know. Something happened today. My phone's blowing up. I don't know what the hell I said.
What did you do?
I don't know. I'll find out whatever I've said. Don't worry. Jamie will have it out later, whatever it is.
I don't think you said anything outrageous today.
No. Anyway.
I don't know what you did. Maybe the strip club thing. I don't know.
What about the strip club? I'm very honest about the strip clubs.
Yeah, I'm not sure what you said to get people riled up today.
What's a lobster roll rice or something at what is that?
Fried lobster.
Fried lobster.
Omar, you talking about Omar
Yeah.
likes? Yeah, fried lobster.
Omar and whoever he's dating, they like to go there and hang out.
Couples night.
Couples night in front of a bunch of girls.
Some people are into that, man.
I occasionally have a guy will come up to me and go, I know this is gonna freak you out. I'll look, he goes, look, you see my wife? I go, yeah, she's really nice. She goes, she loves strip clubs. And I go, what? I go, yeah, she'll just sit there with me. She just really
What if your wife threw you a curveball one night and was like, this is what I want to do tonight?
I would tell her it's a little awkward. I don't think we should.
You tell her you don't like those places?
I go, you're such an ass. You're such an ass.
Can we do the stock market report?
Yeah, go ahead.
It's sponsored by Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys. Call 1-800-747-FREE. That's 1-800-747-3733. Market has just opened. Dow is up 93 points. NASDAQ up 60 points. Gold and silver are up again.
I don't have any gold.
No?
No.
You don't have like a chain or anything?
No. Just
you know any silver bars in your safe?
Thing, bro. I don't have anything. All right.
You seem like a guy who would collect silver. Because you're you're like a physical money guy. So you seem like that's how you'd want to keep your assets, just in a safe at your house.
You're on a roll today.
All right.
I can tell this problem at the with the coach stuff.
Don't throw that back on me.
I can tell. All right. Hey, you ready for?
Well, apparently you had a rough day today because you said your phone's blowing up. So I'd like to find out what you did.
Anyway, Omar Kelly, who gets things rolling. Omar Kelly from the Miami Herald going to join us next. Stay with us.
The Joe Rose Show is presented by Loctite Windows, Doors, and Roofing.